Welcome to the Fantasy Dad Show, live on Facebook and Twitch, hosted by Ryan Rhino Kennedy, Kevin Giroux, and Seamus the Moose Anderson. Motherfucker.
As in, like, live? Oh, shit. Let's get it, boys. All right, Moose, hit it.
What's up, everybody? I guess we live. I couldn't even see that shit. Welcome to the first ever Legacy League draft. Yeah, we have a Listeners League draft this year. 12-team PPR. We're going through Sleeper. You're going to get to watch the draft live here with us, and we'll give you some breakdowns as far as who we're picking and why, and just a little friendly competition between us and, the boys, Rhino, Dan, and Smirks, and some of our listeners from last year.
We got a question in the chat here from T. Kane. 2 flex. Yes, sir. We going all out. No kickers, 2 flex, 3 wide receivers. Gonna be a little bit deeper. Also, they voted yesterday. They got like 5 votes to have some yardage bonuses. So we're gonna go 3 at 100 yards for a rusher and a receiver, 5 at 200, and then passing it's 3 at 300 and 5 at 400 yards. So it's gonna be a little different.
Definitely a little different. I think we're kind of headed towards the way of no kickers, just like a lot of leagues are. I don't know. I don't see the point. I know people that love to pick a kicker in like the 8th or 9th round, and you swear it'll get you a win. And I'm just not about it. I don't care about kickers. I will almost stream defense the entire year. So we are doing a defense though, so that's fine. But yeah,
there's more strategy for that though. Like you could pick up a matchup for a defense. For a kicker, it's not like, oh, I think this team's gonna stall out, so let's boot up this guy this week.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I've always just streamed kickers and defenses, but I mean, you kind of just stick with a kicker, right? Like, obviously, if you don't get Justin Tucker, like as long as the guy's making kicks, you're probably gonna stick with him. So.
It's him and Butker are probably the best in the league, but even they're probably going to have some down games. If better the offense does, the worse off the kicker is going to. I mean, he'll get more extra point opportunities, but if they score touchdowns, he's not doing so hot. So it's a crapshoot. Don't need that.
Yeah,
get a little bit more strategy.
Yeah, and you know what too, in like a 2 flex league like this too, Kev, is. And Dan, it's like you can kind of take chances late in rounds on guys that you think have massive upside. I think you should be doing that in drafts regardless, but most everyone probably has had their drafts already, so I'm not going to give so much insight as to how to draft. But yeah, upside late in drafts, that's what you should be going for in a 2 flex league. You know, that's like literally what they're made for. So it's hard to get talent, in the backgrounds in the late rounds 12 through 16. So anyways, do we have any news, injuries, any signings, anything like that?
Before we get on that big news that just popped off, Uncle Alex 69 in the chat, our youngest listener, he's asking if we're live streaming the draft, so we're gonna have to tell him hop on over to Facebook real quick.
Yeah, or YouTube, either one.
Get on that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't know how to pick up our Twitch, to be honest with you. That's Rhino. That's his avenue. Rhino's being a dad right now before a fantasy dad. So
dad, dude.
Yeah. I can also post the link, the YouTube link. Give me a second. I'll do that into the sleeper chat. Yeah. So overall, how do you guys feel about this draft? I mean, one of us has to win, right? Like, we got to do our best to not let one
Are
one of these
defending
guys win.
this throne, the inaugural throne. We're defending it, and we're taking home all the sweet merch. So, I mean, I appreciate everybody
And the
for
beer,
participating.
man.
Yeah, no, the beer is
Free
good.
case of beer.
And
Okay.
guess what? We're gonna be back into our league next year. So
That's right.
That's
But
also another perk
I
about it.
do want to say, for legal purposes, we do have a 15-year-old in here, and if he does win, he will not be getting a case of beer. We'll get him some like fucking root beer or something like that.
That's a quick old wink.
Yeah, that's how
Nah,
to
JK.
avoid a lawsuit from Uncle Alex's uncles. So yeah, 15 years old. That's, I mean, you got to start him young, right? By the time this kid's in college, he's going to be taking student loans from these people. So that's dope. You know, yeah. Anything else? All right, we got about 4 minutes here. Kev, give the people the news.
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
just
latest.
the news.
juice.
The latest is Lev Bell coming to town in Baltimore. Signs with the practice squad. And they're talking about calling him up on game days. So I don't know. He probably won't have any impact week 1, coming in and learning the offense, getting conditioned. And honestly, Gus is still the guy you're gonna want. But it definitely, you were getting Gus, and he was gonna be an RB2 that you could still get kind of late. And now, I'm not so sure. Not so sure what they're gonna do. They like to use more than one back. So if Lev has anything left in the tank, it's a hit to Gus Edwards' value.
It will
For
take
sure.
it will take a couple weeks though, like you said it. And also,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking about last year when they brought him onto the Chiefs and how that kind of fizzled out. So I mean, it could be a gamble.
Yeah,
He
I'm
kind of knows if
pretty
this is a
sure he's
bad
dust.
stop, he's done. Like he's not gonna get any more chances after this. So he might take it real serious. Who knows?
Yep. We'll see, man. And the other one was Latavius Murray got cut.
See,
And then
I thought he just wasn't going to
he's
make the team
gone.
originally.
Yeah,
I-
a resident Saints fan.
So
What's
all
up,
right.
man?
Now I don't. The way they did the roster cut down this year, where it just kind of went from whatever you had in camp, say the 90 or whatever number to 53. I think they probably did it for more cap related purposes. It's not like they found out anything about him that they didn't know over the past week.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I think it's just more confidence in Tony Brown. And I mean that's perfectly fine. Kamara's gonna be the workhorse anyway there. Just looking at people that's gonna spell him in potential blowout situations, things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I'd have to
basically
agree.
said it was because he wasn't going to take the pay cut, so that was it.
Well,
Get him out.
We gotta pay Lattimore this year, and so any way they could save some money, they're gonna. And Murray's been replacement level for some time.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
expendable for
and
sure.
they seem to like what they see out of Tony Jones. So
But yeah, Tony Jones, sorry.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, we got about 2 minutes here before draft. The draft order BXRT21. Who is that?
That's
Trying
Bert.
to learn. That's Bert. All right. So we got Bert.
That's
We got
Bert.
the notorious SKG, Rhino Licious at 3, Uncle Alex 69 at 4, Bob Pitt 11, longtime listener at 5, our own Kevin Drew at 6, Mike Giorgio at 7.
Marks.
Hopefully he can get on. I know he did have to work for some time. Who's XTK33X again? Evis?
Tony Kane.
Oh, that's Tony Kane. Okay,
Tony
so that's
Kane.
Tony Kane. And then we got Michelangelo at 9, myself at 10, Dan at 11, and the other Dan, Dan Saint, 11 at 12. So should be a good draft. We got, mere seconds here. Obviously, we can't talk too much about our strategies before our picks, but we'll definitely do some breaking down on our picks. I would almost guarantee I know who Rhino's going to take. I'm not going to say it because I'm sure our league guys are listening, but yeah, should be an exciting draft. I think this is the first of many years of doing this, and we're obviously growing on TikTok. And if you haven't checked us out on TikTok, do it because we make some funny shit and some good content for fantasy, and we're blowing up right now.
All right, boys. Yo, that shit's so fun too. making videos on TikTok.
It really
It's
is, dude. I
addicting.
was nervous as hell to make we do this shit live. I was so nervous to make TikTok videos at first.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know why, but yeah, no, it's gotten fun.
All right, boys. It's 8:30. We doing it. Start draft.
All right.
Let's see how long it takes for Bert to pick Christian McCaffrey.
If it takes more than 6 seconds, do we all take a drink? How does this
Boom,
work?
there
All
it
right.
is.
Oh, he's done. He did it.
That's
There
it.
we go.
All right.
Now, I'm going to guess Dalvin Cook goes here, but Sean's a little bit of a wild card. I've had a couple of drafts with him before. He definitely could go Kamara or Henry, to be honest with you.
Rye will be upset.
Don't on
Oh,
which one?
no.
Don't say it. Don't say it, bro. All right, so he goes Dalvin Cook. We all know who Rhino's taking. I'd be shocked if he didn't
Yeah.
take Henry here. I think we can talk about his pick now that it's his turn, right? I think that's allowed.
That's probably the way it works, man. That makes sense. He's all about Derrick Henry, man. Safest pick, I guess. He don't have any of that receiving upside Kamara has, but that's his boy, so.
Nope, and he does go Henry. Kamara goes next. So first 4 off the board. CMC, Cook,
Oh my
Henry,
goodness.
Kamara. Now Nick Chubb goes at 5 in
Oh
a full
my.
PPR. Bob Pitt, you have some touchdown trust in you, my friend. You certainly do.
He loves Nick Chubb, huh?
He does. He apparently loves him some Nick Chubb, and you know what? That's okay. That's okay because you can't be mad at somebody that knows what they want and takes what they want, man. Like that's how fantasy goes. All right, so
All right,
Kevin
man,
Drew on the board here at 6. What do you say, kid?
What's up, Ked? Zeke's on the board still. Saquon, I don't want him. John Taylor. I haven't done this yet, though, in any league. I have no shares of Devonte Adams, so I'm doing it.
I love it. I love that, dude. You up on the last draft of the year, and you see a guy you don't have a piece of yet.
Yeah,
I
have
that.
0 shares of Devonte Adams. I want 1.
That's not a bad spot for him, though, too. It's not like you're
Right,
reaching.
6. It's not reaching too much.
Yeah.
I don't know, especially in a PPR league. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a 3 wide receiver league. If you guys are in the league and you're listening to this, remember this is 3 wide receiver. So wide receiver does become a little bit more important than it did. I'm not saying jump, but I mean it's tough. It's tough to say that it's not important because we did one other sleeper draft, didn't we? In this? Maybe not.
I don't think we had this format. We talking about our mock draft, or
I'm thinking about a draft I had this year that was 3 wide receivers, and now I have no idea what league it is because I'm in so many leagues.
The league of record has 3 wide receivers.
Okay, so that's probably why I just took all wide
Yeah,
receivers.
Rhino's league. But this one has an extra flex, so I made this league even 1 position deeper. Just see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 flexes too, I guess it does take a little bit away. I do think Mike is currently at work and unable to draft, so we're just gonna have to stick with that. He's a police officer and he got called in, so don't really know what to do.
If the green dot don't pop up, can I just give him the next available player, or are we just gonna let the time run out?
We can do that, yeah, if you know how to do that. I have no idea how to do that.
I can manually set him Ezekiel Elliott.
All right, yeah,
that would be his.
Yeah,
that would be the auto pick anyway, right? Boom.
Yeah, just give it to him. That's fine. All right, so we got off the board so far: CMC, Cook, Henry, Kamara, Chubb, Devonte Adams at 6 with Kev, Elliott at 7 for Mikey. I'm sure he'll figure it out throughout the year anyways. So much shit happens during the year anyways. All right, Tony Kane is on the clock at 8. Then we have Michelangelo, myself, Dan, and Dan. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this round drafts out. Looks like most of us are interested in having that running back 1. Honestly, this might be the farthest draft I've seen Travis Kelce slip down the board yet. So that's interesting too. I mean, I'm not going to say what my strategy is, but what do you think about drafting a tight end, Dan, in the first round? Do you do it? How does that work for you?
Okay, so typically I would be against it. As the league expands and as more teams get added on, it becomes more and more favorable. Once you get into 12-team, 14-team leagues, then that positional advantage becomes much more drastic. You want to start Travis Kelce or do you want to start Austin Hooper at that point? So it does become interesting. Not saying that's exactly where the turn's going to go or if he's going to go in the next couple of picks, but it makes more sense as we get later into the first round.
I'd have to agree. I've never taken a tight end in the first round. Actually, I don't even think I've ever taken a tight end before the fourth round. Just like this year is the first year I've taken a QB off the fourth round. All right, real quick. So we can continue this conversation after. But I'd have to agree in a 12-team league, it does get deeper. You just got to think of him as a wide receiver one. Okay, so after Mike goes Zeke Elliott, then we had Tony Kane going Austin Eckler, and then Jay Taylor going next with Michelangelo. That was probably going to be my pick. I love Jonathan Taylor this year. I was a little bit low on him, but honestly, from everything we heard out of camp and everything I know about the kid from last year, I just convinced myself that I was being an idiot and just moving some people up the draft board to do so. So now I'm looking at the board, 10th pick. Who's going to come back around for me? Who's going to be on the board? And honestly, it's a tough call because as far as running backs go here, we have Saquon and then Aaron Jones. I don't have any pieces of Saquon this year, and he's just hurt. And I don't know if I trust that team in general. And I don't know if I trust his injury at this point. There's just too much mystery for me. So I'm going to take my second piece of Aaron Jones this season and go running back first. Just because I trust the later round wide receivers anyways. Unless an Adams comes to me at 6 or 7. I like that. But all right, Dano, turn it over to you, bud. What do you got?
So first off, I was zeroed in on Aaron Jones. I'm not gonna lie. I think just more confident in terms of that's how it goes when you're constantly talking about different players with people you're doing these things with. So it's like I just feel more confident with him off the bat. Saquon might come out a little slow. So I'm actually gonna switch positions right now. If I'm looking at receivers, I do like Tyreek Hill. A little bit early on the other guys for my taste, and I could probably get one of them on the way back. So I'm gonna go Hill here and see what comes back to me.
Yeah, and the cool thing about having a pick, and I would say, I think 10, 11, 12, those are my favorite picks, to be honest with you, because at the end of the first round, beginning of the second, that's where a ton of talent is. Yeah, you're not getting a top 4 or 5 back, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter to me because you can kind of control the way the second round goes a little bit, and people are going to pick who they pick anyways. So I don't mind that pick at all, Dan. I actually, in our league of record, I also had the 10th pick. And I took Aaron Jones first and Tyreek Hill at the 2-3. So sometimes it kind of just works out like that. Looks like wide receivers might be held a little bit more valuable in this league already, just having 2 in the first round. Dan Saint goes Saquon Barkley at the back of the first round at 112, and we begin the second round. I think at that point where Dan is, I think you have to take him. Like, I think you have to. And he can double back with Najee Harris, or he can go Travis Kelce or go one of the top 3, 4 wide receivers. So that's why I like the back of the draft so much.
Yeah, I definitely like picking out a turn. You almost zero in on those 2 guys that you can almost guarantee you're going to get, especially at 12. Like you're going to get the 2 guys you're looking at once it's your turn. See, I'm sandwiched in the middle, and it becomes a snipe fest. I like how the teams end up when I'm in the middle, but just watching everybody I have my eyes on go can be a little painful.
Yeah, it definitely can be.
All right, well,
Dano's got some big decision to make here. He's got, 22 picks until his next pick, I believe, if I did the math right.
Yeah,
and he goes Antonio Gibson. I actually I don't mind that at all.
Solid. That was solid.
They're using him as a 3-down back, at least a little bit in the preseason. Like you're seeing a little less of JD McKissick. I mean, and he had McKissick got 80 catches last year. I don't think he sees anywhere near that volume, but if Gibson is used as Ron Rivera wants to use or once used McCaffrey, then that's going to be a steal. I like the back-to-back RBs in there, and he could focus on the rest of the roster later on. So when
Yeah.
I'm looking,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say when I'm looking at the rest of this board here, I mean the other receivers that were even in any sort of contention this early in the draft, Diggs or Hopkins, I still have those options, so I'm fine there. If you paid attention to our show last week, I did have an absolute, and I'm gonna have to get him here because he's not gonna come back to me. And that's why I kind of like being at the end of the drafts because you don't feel as ashamed getting your guys. And one of those guys for me is Najee Harris. So that's gonna be my pick, and I feel confident with him as the RB1 and have some balance on the roster to start off the draft.
Yeah, and it's funny you mention that too because I personally like my team more when I go running back wide receiver. Typically just the look of my team. You know when you look at your team and you just like it?
Oh,
That's
baby.
for me wide
Love
receiver
you.
running back or running back wide receiver kind of does that for me. So it's hard for me not to take a Travis Kelce here. I wouldn't touch Mahomes. His ADP and sleeper is absolutely batshit crazy. I would never pick a QB near the second round. But I'm actually going to skip Travis Kelce. I'm going to skip Mahomes, and I'm going to pick who I think is going to be the wide receiver 2 or 3 on the year. Doesn't really matter. Depends on how much they throw the ball, but obviously they're not going to run it. So I'm going to take Stephon Diggs. I just think he has a ton of upside. I would have been happy. I probably would have been happy with him at this pick.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
He just jumped on Joe Mixon, bro. Like
Michelangelo
he was, his
Get
fingers
so
were in
bad.
pain, bro, waiting for that.
Wow. I mean, no, so he's always been a Joe Mixon guy. I'm sure on our Facebook right now. I'm not looking at the live video on Facebook yet. Give me a second, but I'm almost positive that he's saying
Something about Joe
something
Mixon.
about Joe Mixon. I can't see the chat for some reason, but
All
yeah,
right.
so he likes him there. That's fine. If you go John Taylor, Joe Mixon, at least you're gonna get one good running back this year, Michelangelo. All right, Tony Kane goes Austin Eckler first round, Travis Kelce second round. I think at that point, midpoint in the draft, you kind of have to take the best talent on the board. Which is probably why I like Dan said, at the end of the round, you can take your guy and not feel ashamed about it. And Travis Kelce can be anybody's guy. I'm sure Tony loves him like he loved Eckler there. But like he's just the best talent on the board. Now Mike Giorgio's up. I say we give him the next best pick, and I
Gonna have to
believe
be
Patty
Mahomes, right? By sleeper ADP.
Yep, we'll go by
All
sleeper
right.
ADP, and he gets Patrick Mahomes, and it's not like he's starting out this draft bad with getting Zeke Elliott at the 7 and
Nah.
Mahomes halfway through there. So next up we have Kevin. He's got Devonte Adams. Yeah, talk us through your pick.
My goodness. So this is looking like it's gonna have to be a little bit of a zero RB because I don't want to pick Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Josh Jacobs, any of these running backs right now. I feel like one of them will just be there on the way back. And we have 2 flex, so I feel a little bit more comfortable just stacking receivers.
Fair.
So I'm going to go. I love Calvin Ridley. I love Hopkins, but I'm going to go with another guy. Actually, nah. No, I'm going to go Ridley.
There you go.
I was going to go Metcalf
Wow.
because another guy I had no shares of is DK Metcalf, but I got to pick Ridley.
So real quick, just because I'm curious. Oh wow, and then Darren Waller goes next. Bob Pitt. Real quick, Kev, talk us just a little bit through why you took Ridley over Hopkins or Metcalf.
For me, I think with Julio being gone and Kyle Pitts there, it's kind of like Pitts is going to be more of a wide receiver than a tight end, so I don't think it makes much of a difference. Ridley, Pitts is going to take that coverage in the middle of the field. Ridley's going to get his. I think he has a huge year. I have him ranked number 3. Hopkins has a little bit more competition there. I still think he's a beast. He's a target hog, but I just lean a little bit more towards Ridley in that offense because they're gonna be throwing a ton, playing from behind.
Yep.
So that's why I put him right behind Adams and Hill.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. To be honest with you, Matt Ryan scares me, even though statistically he shouldn't scare anybody. Really, he's just going to keep throwing the ball. But Arthur Smith scares me a little bit, but not more than like DeAndre Hopkins scares me or DK Metcalf scares. Like all those situations are kind of funky, right? Like for instance, DeAndre Hopkins, like you said, has he has AJ Green, Rondell Moore, Christian Kirk there with him. And obviously the run game of Kyler Murray is dangerous too. With that being said, which ceiling do you think is higher? Because I think DeAndre Hopkins' ceiling, floor is higher, but I don't think his ceiling is as high as Ridley's could be because Ridley's just going to eat targets.
Yeah, I think Ridley definitely has the higher ceiling.
Yeah. All right, so off the board next. After Kev, we'll just regroup. Darren Waller goes for Bob Pitt. DeAndre Hopkins goes to Uncle Alex. Justin Jefferson is Rhino's pick. Love that. And then Sean, who's at the Strippy, gets DK Metcalf. All these teams right now, I like the look of every single one of these teams, with the exception of Joe Mixon because I fucking hate Joe Mixon. But still,
I think your boy is the only one who likes Joe Mixon.
I would have let that dude slip to the sixth
at
if
the
I could.
2-4. Yeah.
I love that, but
At least he's his RB2 though. It's not like he's committed all the way.
True, and he's gonna have a ton of talent on his next pick for wide receiver, so it doesn't matter anyways. But I do love messing with Michelangelo. He's a longtime listener of the show, big supporter. So wow. So at the turn, Bert goes Kittle. He goes Kittle, and so he's got a big pick here, man. I mean, that first pick is tough, dude. I had it last year. I absolutely hate the first pick. I don't enjoy the talent that comes back to me because it's not as easily deciphered for me. He goes Kittle again, three tight ends off the board already. That's nuts. He goes AJ Brown, tons of upside. Floor is certainly high. So
it gets a little muddy with the first pick, man. As the rounds go on, like you got to start reaching a little bit. Make sure guys make it back to you.
Now I will say, there's a good amount of running back, RB1s left on the board. This just goes to show, this type of draft will go to show how important it is for wide receivers to get picked in a 3 wide receiver league. I think for our league of record, there was, like I said, on the turn at 2-3, I had Tyreek Hill, and even still, I think there were still, mostly running backs taken. I don't remember exactly, but in a league like this, it's definitely important. So Sean goes Allen. Love the look of his team so far. And now we got Rhino again. Rhino is a risk taker. I don't think he'll go where you think he goes with this. Where do you guys think? Do you think he'll take a running back or a wide receiver here?
I'm thinking he may go running back.
Oh, no. Ooh. He gets sneaky. He gets McLaurin there.
Wow, okay. Scary Terry goes wide receiver. Again, goes to show you how important wide receiver is here. What is your outlook on Scary Terry this year, Dan? I know some people are up about him. Some people are back. He's got, Fitzpatrick as his QB. We've seen him struggle through the years. We've also seen him succeed. What do you think about him?
I mean, there's a little bit more target competition with Curtis Samuel in tow, but at the same time, he's a little banged up. I think Terry has a good career arc. He came in as a rookie with Dwayne Haskins pretty much doing his thing from game one. He excelled last year in the circumstances. I mean, once he had a good defense and everything, and the game's actually more competitive, like I felt like he just showed off his talents more. And then I think this year he's set up to have his first, I don't know if he made the Pro Bowl last year, but he's probably gonna contend to make one of those Pro Bowl spots this year. I like him to be a challenge for reception lead too, like a sneaky candidate for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's becoming an elite route runner, and he's just gonna chuck it. He's definitely like opposite of what he's had with the conservative play of like Alex Smith, Kyle Allen last year. He's got a guy that's gonna sling it around. That's going to be awesome for him. I got an interesting choice here.
Yeah, so off the board after Scary Terry, Allen Robinson goes, CeeDee Lamb goes, and now we got Kev. Sorry, I have been hacked, it looks like, on my Facebook, so that's fun.
I just got that
I'm clicking
message,
that
bro.
link.
Hey.
Did I send it to all you guys?
Oh,
I got it, yeah.
enough of us. Yeah, I got it too.
That sucks, man. God, fucking.
Is it you in this video?
It's definitely not.
I don't know. Is it?
All right.
Let me check it out, bro. That's not a
Definitely
scam at all.
don't know.
All right, man. I think
pounded with messages.
I really like Josh Allen, but I got to get a running back. So I'm gonna take a piece of the Chiefs. Take Clyde Edwards-Helaire there. No, he had an ankle injury, but he's good to go. And I mean, any running back for Andy Reid is relevant. Last year he had trouble scoring touchdowns, but I think he'll be fine. Now we got an auto pick for you, boy. Josh Allen would be the pick, but
we can't give him
it's
that.
going to be Jacobs. No, it's going to be Josh Jacobs, right?
Yep, Josh Jacobs. Yeah, we can't give
him
QB. Definitely not. All right, for everyone that's on Facebook right now, I know I got hacked. You don't have to send me a message. I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. How do I change my password on Facebook? It's been like 17 years since I've changed it. Well, that sucks. Anyhow, Josh Jacobs goes after Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Love that pick there, Kev, especially as your running back one. I think that's solid. Definitely going to have some options when it comes back, too. So, TK takes Chris Godwin. Had some injury news today with his quad, but honestly, I don't think I would be too worried, right? You guys worried about him at all?
Nah, they didn't make it seem like it was something to worry about. It wasn't like he was out, missed practice. He was limited. What do you think, Dan?
It's just a little concerning just 2 days before the opener, but I don't think it's gonna limit him too much. He's another guy that's like an elite route runner. So the offense is I think they're gonna pick up momentum quickly from their Super Bowl run. So I'm not too worried about him. This is a good spot for him too. It's a good pick.
Tom's gonna go out there and ball out as he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes out tomorrow that his quad gets worse and it looked like it was something that he did at practice and it just hasn't gotten better, then yeah, man, he might miss week 1. But I still like him season long for sure. And then his teammate goes right after him, Mike Evans.
Yep. Wow, back to back. As a wide receiver Mike Evans definitely scares me a little bit, but all right, so yeah, I'm up again. All right, trying to figure out this shenanigans with Facebook real quick, but not a problem. All right, so I definitely have some big decisions to make. I could go a second running back here.
Ooh.
Could obviously go wide receiver. What are you oohing about?
I think you might go with the stack here.
You think I'll go with a stack? You think I would go with Josh Allen?
I think you might, man. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, can confirm I'm not going to do that. Oh, but
there you go.
But I love Josh Allen, man. Oh, that sucks. I do freaking love Josh Allen this year. I loved him last year and didn't have him in any of my leagues this year so far. I had him in all of my leagues last year, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with a wide receiver that I think is going to get tons of touches, and he's just going to be valuable throughout the entire season. I'm going to go... Oh, I did not mean to go with Cooper Kupp. I meant to go with Robert Woods, but that's fine. I clicked the button, so I'll just deal with it. This Facebook thing has me rattled. Either way, I'm fine with that.
Your pick was hacked. It's all right.
For real,
dude, it's the Russians, bro.
It could be, dude. I don't know I don't know how I got hacked. That's the thing. Like I don't understand how that could happen. But all right, so I got Cooper Kupp. Don't have a piece of him this year, anyways. Again, probably would have gone Robert Woods.
I could fix it for you if you want, but
I think everyone would probably get.
Let's just let it ride, man. We're gonna let it ride.
Yep, let it ride. I don't need to do that. You click the button, just like in checkers, man, or chess, or checkers. You put the piece down. That's it. That's your move. So,
You
Dan, who are
took
you
your
gonna go?
fingers
Robert
off it,
Woods,
bro.
So I am looking at that position only because Saint there at the end has 2 running backs, so I'm guessing he's going to take at least 1 wide receiver. And so I want to take a stab at the one I want now, and then hopefully another one comes back, or I can go back to the running backs myself. I'm actually going to go with Mr. Cooper. I I like his upside. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are just projecting Lamb to be the alpha just because of the trajectory of coming in from his rookie year to now. But Cooper's still an elite route runner when he is healthy, and especially when he plays in Dallas, he's a beast. So I feel safe with him as my wide receiver too.
Yeah, he was a monster last year while Dak was healthy. And then Cooper ended up getting banged up himself. But when they were all healthy at the beginning of the year, man, there's room for all 3 of them.
And so
Yeah.
I don't know if I put Saint in a bind, but he's got collectively 4 minutes to pick his 2 guys. He
Hey,
goes.
and there he goes.
There's the
Fucking
guy that.
Dan gets robbed. God damn it. That's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I
You know
think
what?
DJ's
he's
In,
gonna
deal,
in
do
bro.
in
it.
our other league too, we lost Wi-Fi at my buddy's house for a total of a minute and a half, and I auto picked Calvin Ridley in the second round. So it's just kind of what's happening at this point.
It could be a lot worse, though, than Calvin Ridley, right?
It was him or D Hopkins, and honestly, I probably would have gone Hopkins, but I'm not mad at Ridley. Especially you kind of convinced me to not be mad about it. So
Nice. I'm doing my job.
yeah.
Gotta hype up my boy, my guy Calvin. Oh, all right. There goes another target hog off the board.
Wow, and he goes Deontay Johnson. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we got Dan back on the board here at pick 4-2. Dan, talk us through it, buddy.
So, first off, I like both of the picks made by Saint. Woods was in consideration more than Deontay, but he wasn't gonna make it back to him, so that's a solid pick there, and he is a target hog. I'm gonna go into the running back well because I don't want to get stuck with some of the guys down this list, and I'm gonna go with one that's been projected a little bit higher as of late, but that's only because of the injury to ETN. But James Robinson, man, he was really solid last year. He was an RB1. I think he finished at RB7, and this is a good spot for him. As my RB2 next to Najee Harris, I feel a little more confident with that stack. Um, yeah, I'm happy with this pick. I'm happy with this so far.
Nice. Yeah. James Robinson, can't hate that pick. All right. Well, I have 2 wide receivers. And I'm looking at the board here in the 4th round, and he's still sitting there. Josh Allen is still sitting there. And I honestly, I'm so mad about the Cooper Cup thing and about me getting hacked on Facebook that I'm going to take him. I didn't have a piece of him yet, but now I do. And in the 4th round, I'm probably not going to turn him down. There's probably one other QB in this league that I would want over him, and it's not Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, pretty happy with my team so far. Definitely going to have some issues at running back, but I'll figure that out down the line. I'm not too worried about it.
Adam Thielen off the board. I like that. Everybody's afraid of him. I mean, he's not the sexy name like you hear like a DJ Moore, these young guys like a Ayuk, everyone, T Higgins, they all have the upside, the ceiling because they're so young. But he's just so consistent, and they lost Irv Smith, so he's gonna be the clear guy there again behind Jefferson, just doing his thing. A little touchdown dependent for my liking, but solid pick.
Yeah, last year too, he got what was it, 14 touchdowns? It was definitely a career high for him, wasn't it?
I think it's like 2 years in a row where he was a touchdown machine. I know 2 years ago he got hurt, but he was on that kind of pace too. All right, we back to the auto pick. It's gonna have to be. He doesn't have a wide receiver yet, so doesn't auto draft usually like take that into consideration at some point?
Yeah, for roster
Or would it
construction, we
would it pick
should
him a
give him a
third
lot.
running back first, or what would we do here?
So yeah, because you're skipping by what 4 running backs to get to the first receiver, and he could technically start 3. But I think, in fairness to some balance and construction, we could give him a receiver. And
You want to give him
Yeah, and
fucking Cooper Cup?
this was kind of put together last minute, so we can't fault the guy for getting called to work. So I'm gonna give him the best wide receiver available, which is Julio Jones.
all right,
That's fine.
And
Yeah,
now I'm up
I think that's
here.
fair enough. We're kind of just picking his team for him, but I mean that's what happens when you get called into work. We're all adults here, and it's, at the end of the day, it's all for fun and games. Yeah, all right, Kev, you got Adams, Ridley, Edwards. Are you gonna go back to running back, bud?
I think because I got 2 stud receivers and I like a lot of the later receivers, I'm definitely got to go back to running back. And I'm intrigued by Swift's talent, but I just can't get past that shitty situation. I'm gonna go with my guy here, who I think after his first week against the Rams, his schedule opens up kind of nicely for like 5 games till it gets tough again. They're talking about the Bears beat reporter came out and said they're gonna be feeding him. So I mean, obviously they're gonna be feeding him. They don't really have anybody else. I'm not concerned with Damian Williams, but they said he should rush for 1,400 yards. All this hype. I had him last year and he tore it up. Ended up RB4 at the end of the year. So I think he's a little undervalued anyway. So I'm gonna go Montgomery there.
Love that. I'm way higher on David Montgomery this season than everyone else is. I think. I just think he has the opportunity to do really well under Andy Dalton. Like everyone's saying like, "Oh, Allen Robinson has a good QB now." Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Since when are we since when do we hold Andy Dalton in such high regard? It's kind of confusing to me. I guess he's better than Trubisky. I don't really know. Won't know until
I
Fields
think
is
we're
in there
just
anyway.
all waiting for Fields. Yeah, see what he can do.
once Fields gets there, that automatically helps out the running back when you have a quarterback that can stretch the defense with his legs too. So he's going to be. He might do
Right.
another thing just like last year, where he's better in the second half than the first half. Montgomery, I'm talking of.
I hope so.
All right, Miles Sanders goes next. We got Uncle Alex at the 4-9.
Yeah, I just checked it out. His schedule softens back up at the end of the year too. So it's like easy, gets a little tough, and eased back up. So I'm actually kind of excited about that pick.
And Uncle Alex takes Kyler Murray off the board. Rhino Licious goes with Chris Carson, and now we're down to Sean at the 4-11. I do have to step away real quick because my mother-in-law called me about getting hacked. So I will be right back.
Oh, geez, she's very concerned.
Why don't you guys just figure this out for a sec?
I I like Uncle Alex 69 squad here though.
Yeah, Murray.
Kamara, Hopkins, Robinson, Murray, man.
So he went with a stack. Notorious seems like he went with a stack too. He just picked Russell Wilson to go at Metcalf, Cook, and Keenan Allen. I'm liking how these teams are shaping up. Even though auto pick Mike over there, we're giving him some love. It's
Yeah,
back to the
I could have fed him DeAndre Swift and he had no wide receivers on his team, but look at that. Herbert off the board at the 412. What do you think about that, Dan? A little early, right?
a little early. I mean, this round, I guess this out of the 12 picks, 4 of them has been quarterbacks. So now it's kind of getting to the point where people want to make sure they get the guy they like.
Yeah.
I get it, but I mean, for Herbert, just a little too early. I don't want to crown the kid just yet, and I think there's other quarterbacks that a little bit more safer, considering that he has an offense coordinator change or head coach change. So we'll see.
Yeah, at that spot, he's got a lot of faith. I mean, the kid's really good. We saw it last year, but just a little bit early than we would have taken him there. Rye's got his guy, T. Higgins. He's all set. He's loving his squad right now.
Yep. So the wraparound was Herbert, then DeAndre Swift. Gus Edwards goes in the second with the second pick of the 5th round. T. Higgins, Rhino got his guy at 5'3". Uncle Alex is up again. Let's see what he does. Probably looking at a running back, but this is kind of the area where people like to, like I was just saying, reach for their talent. So you might see a Kyle Pitts here. You might see a receiver that he likes, or this is where you get some upside starting in the 5th and the middle rounds. And
Ooh, there it is.
he goes Mark Andrews. So not quite the player, but the position. I mean, I like Mark Andrews though. He's gonna be the first read of Lamar Jackson as long as he suits up. I believe they just paid him today.
Oh yeah, he got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
highest paid yearly tight end now. That is interesting though. Uncle Alex, to be fair, little Uncle Alex did say he was gonna go almost 0 running back. So I mean he's sticking to his word here. His team's still nasty. He just needs another running back. But Bob Pitt goes DJ Moore. Hate that Rhino took T. Higgins. Rhino, if you can hear me, hate is a huge word, and I'm using it with you. Kevin.
Oh man, he's letting it fly.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got hacked. I'm absolutely not in the mood for your T. Higgins at the beginning of the fifth bullshit. I'm not.
Is everything all right over there, Moose?
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I don't know if you guys like notice. We'll have to run it back. Like when we, this will become a TikTok, I'm sure. But like, I literally just had like 40 messages come back through I think my entire friends list got the message. So, to everybody out there,
Awesome.
sorry, don't know what to tell you. Kev, talk us through your pick. Who the heck are you going with here, bud?
Man, I don't want to rely on the Falcons too much, so I'm gonna, even though I have no shares of Pitts, I'm interested. I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm going back to receiver. That's gonna be the move. I'm gonna go with Brandon Ayuk.
That's your boy.
That is my boy. And there's a lot of receivers we still like on the board, so I'm probably gonna end up using like both flex spots as wide receivers.
And that in itself is what makes this format interesting, is that if someone wanted to hammer in running backs and kind of control the hill there and start 4 studs, like you could. Obviously no one really went that way, but having 4 or 5 receivers in this format too is also pretty strong. It does give you that flexibility, and that's what we're looking for here.
Right. Well, that's gonna help. It's gonna help the guys going 0 RB.
Yeah, he'll need a partner in crime with Kamara, but right now he could just get who he feels is the best talent available at any given time. I don't think Kyle Pitts went off the board.
I had to force him to Mike Giorgio. He was the best player available, didn't have a tight end yet. So
Mike's team is low key like not as bad as I thought it'd be.
the auto pick teams always end up being like decent until they
Like
start picking guys that are hurt.
I don't necessarily love the team.
Oh, he's here. I see a green dot now.
Oh, look at that,
popping
Mikey.
in.
Oh shit!
Looks like, buddy. How do you feel about that? All right. I'm next on the board. Kareem Hunt just went off. That's probably who I would have picked there. I'm looking down. Obviously, I have just Aaron Jones right now. I'm gonna take a guy. I mean, we're looking at some guys on the board here for running back. Daryl Henderson is the next one up. It's ridiculous. Myles Gaskin, Devonte Williams, Mike Davis. I have in the last 48 hours believed more in this guy than I have all preseason. And I just have to get another running back on the board right now. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take Myles Gaskin. I think he's going to get the work, and he's just too good. Like he's just too talented. From what we saw last year, he's just too good. So I'm going to take him there. Dan, you're up, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at. I was looking at the running backs too. That would have been the guy, honestly, that you could kind of isolate and say like, yeah, I at least trust him to be the starter throughout the year. I mean, the only other guy that's really like that here so far is Mike Davis, and not doing that. Daryl Henderson is question marks there. Devonte Williams could take a while to start up, and then Chase Edmonds could also be supplemented by James Conner at some point. Still a lot of good receivers on the board. So I'm going to the quarterback and Lamar Jackson's
Ooh.
just kind of sitting there.
I did
And
not even realize
and
that.
so I'm gonna actually go with Lamar here. And Saint, if you were looking that way, I'm sorry, but you can also go with Aaron Rodgers, someone else. But I think Lamar's a game changer at this round. But end of
Dak
the
is
day,
still on the board too.
yeah.
That was the first time I think I've ever seen Justin Herbert go before Lamar Jackson. And it was like almost a full round before.
Yeah. That's kind of nuts. I didn't even see Michelangelo go Jamar Chase. Michelangelo's just going with his guys tonight. He does not give a
Oh yeah,
hoot.
feeling it.
Yeah, that's wild. Good for you, Michelangelo. Go with your heart, buddy.
Look at
all right.
you go.
Look at you go, buddy. All right, so Dan saying he's got Barkley, Gibson, Woods, Johnson. Actually, absolutely love his team right now. Still think he should voluntarily trade me Woods for Cup, but
Jeez.
he goes Jerry Jeudy. He's stacking the wide receivers right now. Absolutely love his team. Jerry Jeudy has massive upside, and they should just feed that man, even with two gloves, Teddy.
Teddy, two gloves.
Teddy two gloves. And
I
if
mean,
you
if you can
don't
just
know why he's called that, you don't
find
watch enough
him,
football.
they can find him consistently, then he's gonna be good. That's what Teddy's good at, man.
This is true.
He's good at just finding the guy. He's not necessarily gonna take, the biggest shots and be the riskiest guy, but he made two fantasy relevant receivers last year, kind of three. Curtis Samuel had a nice year. Robbie A and DJ Moore both were
Rodgers.
solid.
Okay. So he picks Rodgers, and so he might have had Lamar in his mind, but I'm gonna tell you this: I had Jerry Jeudy already locked and loaded as this pick here, so I guess we kind of went tit for tat there. It's not a problem. I'm gonna still go into the receiver well. Problem is, every time I look at these receivers here, it's kind of like, who do you trust? Couple guys from the Steelers. I don't really want to invest too heavily into that offense because it could be very boom or bust with Big Ben. Not the biggest fan of OBJ. My boy Michael Thomas is up on his rankings. However, he's not going to play until at least week 8. Yeah, this is tough. I mean, didn't want to get the other Steeler, but I'm going to go Claypool here. He has the ascension that we look for in the second-year receiver. They use him on jet sweeps. He's an obvious red zone threat. For him to be my third receiver, not even my first flex spot. So he's going to be trusted into the lineup weekly, but we're just going to see how it goes. In the steel curtain, we trust. This is how it's got to be.
Indeed
Yeah, that's the thing about this format too, is you're gonna have guys in your lineup that aren't every week gonna be putting up big numbers. We got 3 receivers and 2 flexes. We're gonna be having some deeper guys in there, so even if they have some off weeks, man, that's fine. Claypool's gonna boom more than he busts.
Yeah, and he gets tossed to. Last year, he got tossed to on more than 20% of his routes. If you take a look, that's one of the most important statistics is what's the percentage of targets per route they run? 20% is well within the lead of the league. Like, that is way above average. So I definitely think that that's a fantastic pick there to round out your wide receivers. Now, to round out my wide receivers, I had my eye on this guy before you went, and I actually thought you'd go with him. But again, Claypool probably would have been my second pick there. And that's Robbie Anderson, because he, again, is just targeted. And Sam Darnold got out of the Gase cage. So I actually think he has a chance to be a fairly good quarterback with this offense. And Robbie Anderson's going to thrive because of it. Michelangelo goes Javonte Williams almost immediately. Love that. He certainly knows who he wants tonight. And T. Kane's up at the 6-5.
I was looking at Javonte too, hoping he fell to me. Everybody's hyping him up. Quarterbacks comparing him to Kamara. His coach said they can use him in all situations. I mean, I know Melvin's still there, but it doesn't really worry me. I think he's going to return on the 6th-round price tag, especially later in the year, as rookie running backs always heat up later in the year.
I think so,
unless
too.
You're Saquon Barkley and you just tear it up all year.
And I personally think Javonte has a better chance than Trey Sermon to actually lead that backfield. I don't know. Shanahan's offense always scares me just a little bit, but Chase Edmonds comes off the board after Williams.
What are we doing?
Mike Giorgio takes Jalen Hurts, even though you already have a quarterback, Mike. That's a wild.
Did it?
This
is Michelangelo.
Yo,
Mike
from the
Giorgio
gallery. Yo, Ryan's so upset, man.
You got Mahomes, you bum.
Takes his back up.
Wow.
Mikey, what the fuck are you doing?
He comes in for one pick and fucks Rise the whole night up. That is awesome.
That is
Gotta love it. Dude, we gotta get that.
He's got one wide receiver on the board.
That's gotta be a soundbite that we take, man.
No!
That's fucking awesome. Love to see it.
Rhino just
Comedy.
threw his kid halfway across the room trying to get here.
That is great.
Oh,
All right.
all jokes. That's unbelievable. What a pick, Mikey. Best pick of the draft so far, buddy. That's unreal. Whew. All right.
I got
Kev,
a decision
you
to
got a
make
minute
here,
left.
my boy.
What are you looking at?
Let's go here. I could go Hawkinson or Prescott. They're the obvious choices to fill out the voids in my roster, but I'm gonna get a guy that I think has a little bit more upside. I have no pieces of him this year either. I think he could eat. He's gonna get targets, man. I don't know if they have that much faith in Jalen Reagor, and then they got the tight ends. I love Smith.
I love that pick too. Yeah, massive upside. And for a flex spot, dude, that spot just speaks for itself. I personally think Devonte Smith is gonna be a target hog. And of course, Dak comes right off the board after you.
Full PPR, man, over the running backs that are left, dude. Unless I took Sermon just because of his upside, but yeah. I'll take Devonte Smith in my flex over Mike Davis, Daryl Anderson any day.
Yeah, I would too. Now Uncle Alex is up. He's still got one running back right now. I mean, he is playing with fire at this point with the wide receivers left on the board. Again, to be fair, he literally told us he was probably going to do something similar to this. I think he's an absolute wild man for doing so, but I love it. Like, if you're going to, follow your strategy. Talking about follow, and he goes Damian Harris. Shit. That's a fantastic pick, Alex. For a running back too, after all the talent you took. That's like the pick. Like, that's who I would want.
Yeah, pretty secure. The only thing that's gonna mess him up is the Belichick shenanigans that just occur with him deciding this is a James White game or a Ramondre Stevenson game or what have you, whatever's going to be this year. But yeah, in terms of the upside, he was probably the best running back to get at this stage.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's still a couple on the board that like are definitely worth looking at. And Rhino's pissed. He just took Cortland Sutton. He's flaming mad right now that Mike
He's
Giorgio took him
beside
back.
himself. I'm shocked
Yeah.
he didn't take his boy though. I think he might hope he's gonna fall down to him.
Yeah. We'll see.
Bert's
I
going
mean,
with the 2 tight ends. I like it with the 2 flex spots.
interesting. Well, yeah, with one flex spot, yeah, he still has to fill out those wide receivers, but there's so many wide receivers in the later rounds that can give you upside, and there's still. I'm looking at the wide receivers left, and it's not like there's not a lot of them. Like there's a lot of upside here, so I don't hate it at all. All right, so we got Bert on the clock, beginning of round 7. How are you guys feeling about your team so far? Dan, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so I mean,
No!
just to recap, Lamar Jackson at the helm.
He got sniped
I-
again. He got sniped.
I told you
again.
you
That's
had to have
fair.
taken him the last round, man. That he wasn't coming back.
Trey Sermon
That's
off the board.
unfortunate. But
And the
hey,
guy's at the
his buddies,
strippy. He's at the strippy too.
his
Oh,
teammates
he's
right there.
making it rain right now with Ryan's tears.
Love
So
that.
I was gonna say, yeah, with Lamar Jackson, I feel good about that. Being able to week by week, being able to compete with any QB1. Harrison Robinson at the running back position, feel solid there. Hill, Cooper, and Claypool. Hill's more consistent. I know he's looked at kind of a boom or bust type of guy, but he's a very consistent wide receiver 1. Claypool can have those boom weeks as he did when he first showed out I think it was week 3 or 4. And then Cooper's just a steady Eddie type of guy. As long as Dak's healthy and he's healthy, he's going to be ready to rock as a 2. So I'm very happy with what I got so far.
All right. And how about you, Kevo?
It's not my favorite, but I got 2 of the top 5 receivers in the game, in my opinion. And considering I waited till the 3rd and 4th to get a running back, I think I got guys who are gonna get plenty of touches, and especially one in a high-powered offense, one that could be in a high-powered offense. If Andy Dalton or Justin Fields, one of them, they're bound to be an improvement over what they've been. And then I just took a couple of my other favorite wide receivers. I think Ayuk's still got a little hamstring dinged up, but he's going to be their number 1 for sure. And I'm taking the chance on the rookie Smith. He won the Heisman, man, and he's going to be their number 1 for sure. He's going to be the possession receiver in that offense. They got 2 speedsters in Rager and Quez Watkins. He's going to be the guy that should get the 6-7 catches a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the look of both of your teams. I think they're both pretty rounded out. I love you waiting for a quarterback until later. It looks like is it just me this year? Quarterbacks are coming off the board way earlier than they normally are.
They
I don't think it's
and-
just me.
No, they were. And I mean, just in the first 4 rounds, you had 5 off the board. So that might have even had some people panicking and saying, well, now I got to get my guy. So right now, I think there's only 2 teams. I see, no, 3 that don't have a quarterback. One has a backup. So
It's the greatest pick in the draft. That'll go down
It really
in
was.
history as the greatest legacy league pick ever, dude.
Like, he came out of
Alright,
nowhere.
So some
and
breakdown about why I was so
zigged.
upset. I literally just posted a video about how people sniped me in drafts on TikTok. Literally minutes ago. And I come over to my desk as my kids finally fell asleep. And this Jalen Hurts
Oh.
getting picked. The round I was going to pick him. And he's gone. So, Mike,
That's fantastic.
I
It's
hope,
like
I
you
hope
read
they
your mind.
both get hurt. And you're just done, bro.
I wish
Yeah,
you
that's. I mean,
ill will.
maybe he'll trade you Hurts for Chris Carson, something. It's just, oh, it's
All right,
horrible.
here we are, man.
All right, so Kevin's up. Kevin, talk us through your pick. Obviously, you need a tight end, and you definitely need you definitely need a QB unless you're willing to trade for Hurts or Mahomes, which I don't foresee happening. What are you thinking?
I think I'm still gonna wait on QB at least one more round. That's the move. There's still some names I like on the board, and I'll get one of them. Bound to get one of them. And I got 4 receivers already. I'm here looking at the top 2 running backs. For some reason, I just can't get on the Daryl Anderson train. I don't know what it is, man. It could be the first 3 weeks that are brutal schedule, or the fact that he's got competition, but I just can't get on board. I like this guy. He's fast as fuck, and I love
Bastard.
his first game of the year. I think he's just primed to explode, and then even if he's a little quiet after that, if he stays healthy, both those guys are going to eat. Him and Sermon, I like them both. That team loves to run the ball. Very run-friendly scheme.
Yeah, I don't hate that pick at all. I still think he's going to get a lot of work. I know we're Trey Sermon fans for sure here, but a lot. I don't know. Something about that situation is tricky because it always is in 49er land. And Rob Gronkowski comes off the board. Michelangelo, you are an absolute wild man with this draft so far. I love it. I mean, I don't know if it's as wild as taking Jalen Hurts after having Patrick Mahomes and one wide receiver, but I absolutely love it. Oh my God, you know what I didn't even notice? Mike Giorgio, Big Mikey G, Papa G as we call him, went Julio Jones and A. Brown. Antonio Brown. I mean, I really did not even realize that he went Antonio Brown there. So that's a fantastic pick too. Huge upside. I definitely don't love my running backs. I think if I had gone back, I maybe would have waited one more round for another receiver, and I probably would have taken Chase Edmonds. But Robbie Anderson, if Claypool was on the board, I maybe would have considered Chase Edmonds. But I'm definitely not completely happy with my running back situation right now. Myself personally, I always think I can wait a little bit on a tight end. I obviously took Josh Allen because I was mad because I got hacked and I picked the wrong guy the pick before that. So I thought I deserved a little bit of something. I'm going to go with a guy that I kind of feel forced to pick, but I still think he's going to get the workload where he is. If he can make it to 17 games, we'll see. But I'm honestly not too worried about it. Because again, so much happens during the season. I mean, guys like James Robinson pop up every once in a while. So just got to stay on the waiver wire. I'm going to take Mike Davis, just because I can't trust the Daryl Henderson train. Mike Davis is the bona fide number 1 there, and they haven't traded.
Is he though, Moose?
I know.
Is he though?
I mean, yeah, I think he's going to be the goal line back, so I'll take the touchdown upside. The guy's massive.
They brought in Wayne Gallman. He put some good shit on tape last year, but he's still just a jag. But Mike Davis was a jag until last year.
Yeah, he's going to
definitely going to split more than he was going to before.
The thing for me here, Kev, is that I don't like any of the running backs on the board from here on out.
Nah. There's one guy that I still like.
Yeah, I think I know who it is, and that I'd maybe consider taking him too, but not. I mean, just Mike Davis. I don't have a piece of him, and I screamed "fuck Mike Davis" last year all year long. So, guess what, Mike Davis? Welcome to the shit show. All right, now we got Dan on the board. Sorry, took up a minute of your time. Talk us through your pick.
So I normally don't do this. I don't usually pay too much attention to it, but I have a bipocalypse going on in week 7. So I'm not going to have Harris. I'm not going to have Cooper. Not going to have Robinson or Claypool. More importantly, I'm not going to have Harris or Robinson. So I'm forced to take a running back here.
Mm-hmm.
Will this guy even be healthy week 7? I don't know. But he is kind of just sitting there. I'm gonna have to stop
Ooh.
the skid on Henderson. So I'm gonna have to take him here and hope for the best that he still has a stranglehold in that job.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely were forced. I don't foresee you taking any of those other backs, to be honest. Without, I mean, how, dude? Like, what are we doing here, though? I know they traded for Sony Michel, but Sony Michel still sucks. Like,
Well,
he's
he's not
still
a pass
Yeah,
catcher. He has
we
stone
know
hands,
this as
so it's
Patriot fans that he's good for running into the back of his own lineman, dropping balls. But they're gonna give him work. They obviously brought him in for a reason. They don't trust Daryl Henderson
Because he's a bum.
That's
to
true.
do it all himself.
This is true.
Daryl Anderson's a bum.
Rye hates Daryl Henderson. Daryl Henderson is the new Mike Davis as far as
Yo,
Rye is concerned.
who do you hate more, Rhino? Mike Davis or Mike Giorgio?
Mike Giorgio at this point, bro. He literally has Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback one, and he picks Jalen Hurts. It's like he purposely did it or something. I need a story behind it.
He popped into the draft real quick and was just like, Jalen Hurts still on the board? Done.
That was his
Boom.
first pick.
He was live streaming the draft, saw the round and opportunity, and said, "Yeah, I'm logging in right now."
That's
He
so
slammed the
I'm
draft
sniping.
so fast.
I'm
Jalen
sniping
Hurts.
Rhino at any chance.
Tyler Boyd's a great pick there.
Rhino, it would be even
Now-
funnier. He's
where I was
my
looking.
buddy that streams Warzone.
Oh, is he?
What's that?
So is he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I don't care. He's irrelevant to me now at this point.
We're not on speaking terms no longer.
I will not be following your Twitch, Mike.
That's the
That's
funniest
great.
thing I think that has ever happened in the history of the fantasy dads. Like ever. That's so good.
It made it better that like this guy hadn't been in the draft the whole time. Rye hasn't been in the draft. He's been on dad duty. Next thing you know, he pops in one pick, and we just hear no.
And he has Patrick Mahomes. That's like
Perfect, dude.
That's so
Perfection.
Good. It's so good.
Yo, we gotta make that a soundbite. Slow it down. Just no.
I got you.
I want that, bro.
That thing has it. I've got the giggles right now because of that shit. That's fucking great.
Because of
The
that.
gigglies. All right, so Dan Saint takes Tyler Boyd off the board. Say that 10 times fast. Takes Michael Carter. I am a little bit worried about Michael Carter from all the news I've heard this week about Tevin Coleman and Ty Johnson, but Carter at some point during the season I think we'll see a heavier workload. So I'm not like mad at that pick, especially with who he has in Barkley and Gibson. I think he can kind of take a chance there. And then we got Dan back on the clock, kid.
Yeah, so begrudgingly took Henderson my last pick. So I'm going right back to running backs. This pick just to at least feel a little bit more secure about the unit as a whole for the team. It's the only ones I kind of see as a contention of being picked right now is either Fournette or Jones, and it's kind of which camp are you going to be in? And that in itself changed so many times last year. I'm going Ronald Jones. I feel like he's a little bit more efficient with the pass catching role, and at this point, it's kind of like solidify where you can, pick your spots, pick your poisons. But he has slotted in as my last starting spot. I don't know how long he'll be there. I mean, I like a lot of receivers down the line I can get, but I needed to get a running back now, so that's where I went.
I like it
fair.
a lot, man.
Yeah, I like the stack. And right now, dude, you have, I mean, legitimately, you have some trade bait with your running backs now. I think you're the first team yet to have 4 running backs, and as we all know, depth in running back is it's essential, right? It's essential. Like right now, like I'm not as confident in my team, and the only reason, because my team, I love my team, other than the fact that I don't have 4 wide receivers on the board yet. Like I usually say, like usually I would probably start to think about taking a QB here, right? But they're all gone. Like all the guys I really, really want.
You
to
already
reach
took
for.
a QB.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like in round
all
4,
right.
I probably would have taken, Montgomery. I love Montgomery. I love Chris Carson. After that, I don't really love the guys, but coming back and getting Gaskin, I'm not too mad. All right, I got 35 seconds on the clock. There's one more position I need to solidify, and I'm going to do that now because there's just too many picks in between my next pick. And I'm going to take a tight end that is far, far too low down this draft board in ADP. I'm absolutely
He's gonna, bro.
I'm absolutely gonna reach for this guy. Oh no!
Are you ruining my night?
Wait,
Are you about to ruin both our night?
I'm not taking him. I'm taking Logan Thomas and not Jonnu Smith, but I kind of should have. I should have taken Jonnu because that would have been absolutely hilarious.
Man, that's not great though. Not great at all.
Hunter though, Hunter Henry's still on the board. Jared Cook, Evan Ingram, Dallas Goedert, Noah Fant. I took Logan Thomas just because I like it. Michelangelo knows exactly who he's picking every single round.
You
Michael,
love to see it. Only reason why this draft's moving pretty fast is because of him. Everybody else is taking that 2 minutes, bro.
Nah, man, there goes Tom. I thought Tom was gonna make it back to me, bro.
Does Giorgio take a third QB here with Tannehill?
I mean, if he does, he's trolling.
Snipe.
If he does,
City,
he's
bro.
trolling. Yeah, Mike,
He's
be
trolling.
serious. Do not do that. But
Don't do it.
all right. So Stafford off the board, Brady off the board. Again, I solidified with Logan Thomas. How is Dallas Goedert, Gesicki, and Tunyon? How are they all above?
Because Dallas Goedert's not the guy, bro. He's not the guy you want in Philly's tight end game, bro. I'm telling you right now, Zach Ertz is going to emerge.
I don't disagree.
Emerge, bro.
I don't disagree after
Think
all
he's
the
coming
things
back from the dead, like
I
he's
think
gonna
they've
be like
been
the Undertaker, right?
They just been holding him. I'm telling you, bro. Jalen Hurts is gonna throw the ball to Zach Ertz a lot. I'm just calling it now.
A lot.
Teams are gonna be sleeping on Zach Ertz, bro. Telling you.
And he goes Debo Samuel. Mike Giorgio goes Debo Samuel and solidifies his 3 wide receivers. Don't hate that. Definitely worried about his injuries a little bit, but other than that, we move on to Kev. Kev right now, Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, CEH. Then he's got Montgomery, Ayuk, Devontae Smith, and Mostert. I absolutely love your team. Just want to say that, Kev.
I'm gonna
His team
you know,
sucks.
Tom Brady went, and I was kind of looking at him, but now I'm gonna just have to wait even longer. And tight end is what it is. There's still a guy here at wide receiver that I love this year.
Good pick.
Good pick.
I see it. Yep.
This is my guy
Love that.
right there.
That's another good pick, Michael Pittman.
Yeah, Pittman's a great pick.
Especially in the double flex, bro. I'm really enjoying this double flex. I changed my whole draft strategy, and I love my team. I love it. It's gonna.
Do you just wish a little bit that you had Jalen?
I was hoping I could get Jalen Hurts in the viewer league, just be like, so I could like stand by my dude. You know, like I literally have had this guy's back all off season, and I was like hoping like, maybe I will have a chance to run him in the viewer league.
Listen,
The way the draft was going, I was like, perfect. I'll grab him round 6. Like that's where I'm probably gonna get him, and then bang, dude who has Mahomes picks him.
snipe, dude.
Like.
Takes him in the 6th. I absolutely love that.
It is what it is. He's got really bad receivers. So if you really want to, make a trade for Hurts, so I got like 5 stud receivers I could talk to you. But, it is what it is, bro.
Hey, Ryan, at least if he stinks, you don't have to hang your hat on it, you know? You can kind of back away
Pittman
from
comes
it.
off the board. That's what we
guess.
get for talking about him.
I
Oh, I
like
love
Pittman.
Pittman's
Pittman's a
upside
great
this
pick.
year.
Yeah, we were just saying that. Great pick.
Yeah, Uncle Alex on the board. I actually don't hate the look of his team. Brandon Cooks worries me a little bit just because of those concussions. But, like, honestly, who else does Tyrod Taylor have to throw out there?
I'll
Like,
tell you who.
Oh,
I'll
no,
probably pick
you
him in
ain't
the last
saying no
round.
names, bro. We try to let these guys
I ain't
win,
dropping
or
names,
we
bro.
just,
I
like,
wasn't
I-
dropping no
vibing, bro?
names.
My question was
I'm talking
rhetorical.
about
I just want to say
Kiki
that.
QT.
Oh, no. Don't be saying that. You might trick somebody.
Oh no.
Just tell, I actually love Latavius Murray with this 9th round for anybody that's
Yeah,
thinking
man,
about
I was actually gonna pick Frank Gore.
taking. Yeah, it's like 20-team leagues and
Whoa,
the next
another tight end off the board.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, so he goes with 2
All
tight
right.
ends too, man. This year I've seen more freaking tight ends come off the board than anything. Like backup. I never take a backup tight end. Do you guys normally do that?
No,
Typically
I think
don't.
he's banking on Tunyon to score a ridiculous amount of touchdowns again, and I don't see that happening. He might still have a decent year, but
All right, now we got Rhino on the board. He doesn't have a tight end. He unfortunately does not have a QB as of yet, but he does have a turn pick, so that's going to work out in your favor.
that
I
so?
just realized. What's that?
Is that so?
is it?
Is
Is it?
I think
so?
it's so. I think the turn is so. I just also realized that Burt also took 2 tight ends in Kittle and Hawkinson. It's
That
pretty
one
good
makes a
call
little more
here.
sense though, because they're really good.
I mean, at
They
that
got
point,
top 5
Hawkinson-
upside.
Yeah, at that point, Hawkinson is your wide receiver 2 after AJ Brown, and then Waddle's your 3. That's kind of
Right,
how
what are
I
you-
see it.
What are you doing?
And Naheem Hines comes
Hines.
off the board.
What are you doing?
He may be on tilt.
Don't worry about my pick.
He is tilting. Oh no!
What's wrong with that pick? What is wrong with that pick?
The
Right,
leaning
you have
tower of
8
Rhino.
rounds left. You have 8 rounds
Look
left.
at my
and you want
roster.
Naeem
I have
Hines,
5
bro.
stud receivers and I have 3 good running backs.
Oh man!
Don't worry about my
All right.
roster, Kevin. Worry about you.
All right, right.
Worry about you over there with your Clyde
We are
Edwards-Helaire
falling
share and your
apart
David
at the
Montgomery
seams.
share and your. You worry about that. I'll worry about Derrick Henry.
I like.
I'll worry about.
Hey,
you know,
Clyde
Justin
Edwards-Helaire and David Montgomery led my dynasty squad to
I'll worry
the
about my
finals
Terry
last year.
McLaurin. I'll worry about my T. Higgins. Moose, how'd you like that pick, Moose? That was for you, just so you know.
Yeah, that was a bitch ass pick.
Yeah, I
is
was
what
gonna
that
go
was.
Ayuk. I was gonna go Ayuk, but I was like, you know what? I'm doing T. Higgins just to throw a bone at Moose. And
Right,
then I,
well,
you know. I
Needless
changed
to
my
say,
whole
you're not
strat.
the only one throwing bones tonight. All right. So there's that as well.
Facts.
Don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. Yeah. All right. So after Rhino's pick, Galladay comes off the board with Sean. Mike Williams comes off the board. Melvin Gordon and Sean is back on the clock. I don't believe Sean has a tight end either, does he? No, he does not. So that's something we'll be looking out for. Rhino, you got a lot of talent, buddy.
Team's
You
ridiculous.
do. You have a lot of trade bait.
My team is stacked. Absolutely stacked. It's 2 flex, 3 receivers, bro. I have PPR Machine and Naeem Hines in the 8th round. You guys are sitting here shitting on me. Literally
I didn't
a
shit on
machine.
nothing.
Machine.
I'm just laughing
And you're
because
like, you don't got a tight
whenever-
end. You don't have a
whenever-
quarterback. Oh my god. Don't worry about that. That's gonna fall into place.
Don't
I have
worry
plans.
about
I have plans. My plan
Forget
was
about
Hurts, but now I
I
have
have plans.
to
I know exactly what your plan is, and
reshape
now
my
since you're being an
whole-
absolute piece of trash, I'm gonna make sure your plan goes to shit. How's that sound?
Who's being a piece of trash? I'm not being a piece of trash.
I got a plan, bro.
You your
I'm
daddy,
gonna get
son.
my tight end though. I'll tell you that. That's gonna happen.
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? You took one because you scared because you know I know who your late round tight end is. You know I know, boy. Oh, that's
No,
funny.
it was
All
kind
right,
of a panic
so
pick. I really didn't want to take him right there. I was gonna let it go, but I was like, no fan. And then I was like, I'll get him now. And then I was thinking about going receiver again, to be honest. There's a couple guys out there that I really, really want. I'm probably not gonna get one of them. I'm assuming he's gonna get taken. I probably should have picked him, but whatever.
well, we're at that point in the draft where you can kind of take chances.
Playoff
and No,
Lenny.
playoff Lenny does come off the board.
Playoff Lenny.
And that's like not a bad RB3 to have like in this round. Like I wouldn't be too mad at that.
Yo,
Well, I'm
real
up.
quick though, real quick, if you watch this on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for us, interact in the chat, say what up. I've been in there all night. Big shout out to Uncle Alex for being on the YouTube channel. Bob stopped by, Tony stopped by. Make sure you say hello if you're there, hanging out. Hopefully we can hit 1K on TikTok. We'll be live on TikTok on Sunday mornings. Like that would be huge. So help us out with that. Go check out our TikTok, like our videos, comment on our stuff, share our profile to people. Tell your friends. Everybody plays fantasy football, so help us out. You know, we know you guys got our backs, hanging out with us almost every stream since last year. So just the word of mouth does big things. So help us out any way you can. We do appreciate it. You know, the support you guys have given us has been amazing. So keeping this going for sure. And the viewer league is just going to add a whole new dimension to the whole thing. So very excited about it. And just wanted to say that real quick. We are on Instagram too. But
and he goes
You're on
Jonnu
TikTok.
Smith. Kev takes
Had to.
Jonnu Smith. Yeah, love that pick. So why do you like, Jonnu over guys like Goddard and Gesicki? I think those are the two I could probably think of that are like on the top of my list.
I'm not big on Goddard this year. He had his shot last year when Ertz wasn't around, and I don't think he really lived up to it. I mean, I know he missed some games, but even after that and before that, he wasn't what we thought he was going to be. And I like Gesicki a lot, actually, but Jonnu Smith is my absolute, man. I have to have a share of him. And I've seen a lot of quotes come out this week about, he's pretty hush-hush on how they're going to be using him, and I think he becomes a major red zone threat for us. He's going to be involved in greens, all kinds of stuff. I think Bill really likes this guy. I'm kind of excited to see how that works out. Michael Thomas finally went.
Michael Thomas did. I mean, this late in the draft, he's missing the first 6 weeks, so that's a little bit worrisome. But other than that, I mean, what can you say?
Super late, so
yeah, there's not. I mean, you can't really go wrong. I'm here. Hello, I'm here. I'm looking at my roster right now, and I'm pretty happy with the 3 wide receivers I have, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go back to running back with this pick. Obviously, I've solidified all of my spots. Defense, I don't care until later. I'm actually gonna go with a running back here that I think they paid for a reason. I don't think that he necessarily deserves to be.
Moose, you know this is double flex, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have everything filled out yet. You're about to though.
No. I understand that, but I'm saying okay. So I don't have everything filled in. No, but with this pick, I at least have a backup for my 2 running backs.
Okay.
And with my next pick, I'm gonna get the guy I want anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. Looking at the board at this moment, I'm gonna go Kenyon Drake. Because I think that he's going to get all the pass work there. They obviously brought him in with a huge contract. I really don't understand why. I think John Gruden's an idiot, but for some reason he likes Kenyon Drake. I think they like Kenyon Drake. And I think he's far too low on the draft boards, to be honest with you. For the contract he got paid, he's going to get some work. So, yeah, I'll go with him. And then we move on to Dan at the 9-11. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, no, this is a emergency break glass pick because this guy is kind of had to be the guy to step up due to an injury and actually 2 injuries ahead of him. Near and dear to my heart, I'm going with Callaway.
Damn.
Shit.
He is certainly going to be needed. Hey, look, he's going to be needed early and often for this season, so he could start off the season probably fitting in as one of my wide receivers. I know he's in the bench right now. Or actually, I'm sorry, he'll definitely be in one of the flex spots. Sorry,
you know how I just said I know how this guy's going to get back to me?
Know your
well,
league mates, bro. That's a 10th commandment right there. You got to know that he's a Saints fan, bro. He was going to take him. I was surprised you
I
picked
know.
him.
I didn't think he would. Yeah, but a lot of fans of teams, they don't like to go with their guys necessarily at all or
well, I mean,
early.
when their team produces fantasy points, bro, it's different for people in New England sometimes.
Well, we can't all win. All right, so he goes Marquez Callaway. Fantastic pick.
Wins.
Very well
He
done.
wins.
There's still plenty of product on the board, so I'm not too worried, but I'm also just not too happy with you, Dan. But that's okay. That's okay.
You're shook, bro. Admit it. You're shook.
I was shook when I got
Step
hacked
up.
and sent 400
Step
messages
up.
out about a video that doesn't exist.
Oh, no.
Putting on the pants, man.
Can y'all
I
believe
believe I
Lev
put
Bell's gonna be a
myself-
Raven?
DJ Saint. On the clock.
Dan
put
Saint,
myself in a predicament here with
We're in a
quarterback.
We're in a
But
race for a quarterback here, Kev.
Well,
hey, well, I
he's
mean,
he's
we're
in
the only
first right
two,
now.
so yeah, I am technically.
I'm not picking a quarterback yet. I'm waiting till
At
last
this
round.
rate, I can just wait, bro. It's me and Rye are just gonna wait each other out now.
Well, I don't know. You got guys picking 2 quarterbacks in the first 6 rounds. You never really know, bro. We could lose out big time.
So we just won't have one,
Same
bro.
might be getting a lap dance right now. Is that who's at the strip club?
No.
Nah.
Notorious.
Auditorius is. Rip's a Gesicki pick though. It's a good pick for a tight end in your 9th round. I think all the tight ends who got picked in this 9th round are all pretty solid tight ends to pick, like to have. I think. I mean.
Yeah, I think Fant went a little late.
Yeah.
Later than he usually does.
Tunyon and Thomas and Gronk I picked kind of early. I'm really low on Gronk. I don't know. It scares me. But
They have so many weapons, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna be hard for him
I think
to.
OJ Howard and Cameron Braid are both better than Gronk. I think Gronk just has his niche. He can just block well and still do what he can do, but not at the same level as these guys. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Somehow he was still tight end 10 last year.
I know, bro. It's crazy.
But-
It's so crazy. You have to.
There's still
there
a
has
couple
to be some regression. Though. There has to be. The dude couldn't stay healthy in New England. You know, maybe he's on the juice now with Tom, but I don't know, bro. At that position, bro, how do you stay relevant like that at that position for that long? Eventually, you're gonna have a fall off, bro. Like, and you got a guy like OJ Howard behind you he's had his, and he's also crushed some people's hearts, but at the same time, he's pretty good, man. Like, he's a good talent. He's got a quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah, just an unfortunate start to his career, if
Yeah.
anything, Rhino.
Right.
Dan, you're back on the board. Your team's looking pretty damn solid. You got your 4 wide receivers. You got your 4 running backs. You got your quarterback. Your top 5 upside quarterback, barely late. Talk us through your pick.
So I'm looking at the landscape of tight ends, and yeah, Gesicki was the last one I'll say that I would at least feel comfortable getting here, at least in terms of value. So I don't want to necessarily reach for a guy. So we're just gonna move on to the receivers because you could start up to 5. There's no reason to deprive yourself of pass catchers here. And I'm gonna go with a number 2 that should pretty much exceed expectations, at least given this part of the draft. I'm gonna go Darnell Mooney.
Ah,
He can certainly
Great pick.
he could certainly
Great pick.
garner about 100 targets. What he translates that to is to be seen, but especially once Joseph Fields hits the field, like I feel really confident in just the whole Bears offense as a whole.
Okay,
yeah.
so
I really like Mooney this year as a breakout.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he has the opportunity, definitely has a talent. I actually, because of the last pick, I spent pretty much the last 5 minutes saying, who do I think Dan's going to steal from me? And that was 100% my next pick. But then I said, he's probably going to take him. And I was ready for it, so I actually convinced myself to take another guy. And again, this is high upside with the recent news of the new QB out here in the 508 or the 617. Not quite sure where it is. I'm going to take Jacoby Myers because I just love his target share. I think his routes, I think he'll be targeted on at least 18% of routes this year. And you can quote me on that. So I just love this pick here for my 4th wide receiver. Michelangelo literally 5 seconds off the board, and he takes Jamal Williams. This man has both Jay Williams and Tony Kane's back on the board.
Wow. I love that Jamal Williams pick, to be honest with you.
You like it?
I love it. He was on my radar. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. He's definitely going to get some work. I don't think
I
trust
didn't expect
Swift.
him to get picked, honestly. I didn't think he'd get picked this early. That's kind of early. I don't know. Swift is already banged up. Jamal Williams proves that he can be your back, bro. He's got skill, bro. He can catch the ball really well, and he can, like his routes out of the backfield they're clean. He's clean. I'm surprised he got picked this early. I really am. I thought he would at least get to me in the 11th on the way back.
Rhino gets snipped again.
No, it's not a snipe. That's just a good pick. It's a good pick, man. That's
Yeah.
You know, Swift. Like we just talked about Swift's injuries are already relevant, so it's not like you're predicting it. They're already here. You know, they're already happening, and it happened last year. And it's like there's gonna be a point where they're like, okay, you're 2 years in, you're already like this, and we signed Jamal. Get him in, bro. It could happen. Like, it's worth a 10th round pick, get a possible RB2, 100%.
Yeah, lest we forget who the offensive coordinator is there, and Anthony Lynn. And Dan Campbell, the guy that bites kneecaps off. They're definitely going to run the ball, and I think they're going to be forced to because of who they have at wide receiver and the options that Jared Goff has. It looks like Tony Kane is going to the last second. I wonder if Jamal Williams was his pick, or if TK's on the throne somewhere.
He has a child as well. He's also a fantasy dad at heart.
He is also a fantasy dad. So he goes with Dallas Goedert. Mike Giorgio, looks like both of those guys were actually auto-picked. Hunter Henry comes off the board. And now we're back to you, Kev.
So it ends going. Happy I grabbed mine.
That's awesome, man. I'm still going to wait on quarterback. Don't necessarily love having two receivers from this team, but I got to take my guy.
My whole queue
I
is
take
just
my
getting
rook.
ripped. My whole queue is just getting ripped apart.
I have what I think should be the top two rookie receivers in the class.
Oh no!
Chase. I know Chase was the best prospect, but he also has the most competition for targets. I like Smith and Moore. I think Zach Wilson's actually a very good quarterback.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick my rookie receiver now, before I don't have a chance at him. It was Elijah Moore, but can't all have what we want. So I'm gonna have to go.
You can't always get what you want.
I'll go with Rondale Moore. Kev did a nice write-up about him.
There you go.
He's got some upside. Very pass-heavy offense. They obviously got their D-Hop, but AJ Green's there too. He does AJ Green things. Rondale Moore. I know Christian Kirk looks really good right now too, but take the rookie upside. At this point, he's my sixth receiver, so he won't see my lineup right away anyway.
Oh my goodness!
So,
wow, and a defense comes off the board. There's the first Brown of the night.
So if kickers were in this league, would we pick the kickers before the defense?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. Actually, yeah, no, I probably would take a kicker before a defense.
They score more points than the defense.
Yeah, I'd probably pick a kicker before.
I think get rid of defenses, bring back kickers. Tyler Bass.
Just give me Butker or Jason Sanders.
Oh, I love me some Jason Sanders. Nicole Hardman.
Well, that's fine. Next year we'll just get rid of defense too and go to IDP.
Facts.
Not mad about that. Even if it's just like two guys. I don't think it needs to be a lot.
Yeah, the Dynasty League is super deep, but that's just because it's a Dynasty League. It's supposed to be. We can keep this one to like 2 or 3. But the IDP waiver wire will be popping off that way anyway.
Let's go through the first year. See how it goes.
It's just we were doing that IDP draft for the Dynasty League, and we were getting like guys who are stud linebackers. Like they wouldn't have been drafted if I left it the way it was. We had to expand that shit.
All right, so I'm gonna go with someone who I don't really like, but I think his situation's pretty good, and that's Sony Michel.
Interesting.
Yeah, not a bad pick for the 11th round. I mean, I think he has an opportunity. I think opportunity's there. So
he'll have the opportunity. I was really debating on Zach Moss having a bounce back sophomore year because Devin Singletary stinks. Even though they're saying he looks good, I don't believe him. And it's Josh Allen. The Rams are gonna run the ball. They always do. So it's gonna be somebody. And Daryl Anderson can't stay healthy because he's also already hurt. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. And finally, Michael Gallup comes off the board. I felt like that was quite late for him to be completely honest.
These receivers are so deep, bro.
Yeah, Uncle Alex is not messing around. I loved that Marvin Jones pick. I didn't even notice that. After that, Jared Cook comes off the board. Apparently, he's making some type of connection with Herbert in preseason in camp. So, and finally, Kevo bites at Tannehill. Proud of you, Kevo.
I had to do it. Yeah, I could have just kept waiting because no one else. I mean, Rye's the only other guy who needs a quarterback, but you never know.
Yeah, Rye, if you're lucky enough, maybe Trace McSorley will make his way back to you at some point, dude.
Oof.
Don't hate on Trace McSorley, bro.
I'm not. I mean, he needs to sign with somebody? Is he even
He
signed?
does. He does
Like,
need to sign
All
with
right,
somebody.
so let's just move on from that conversation. Let's see our way out of that conversation real quick, bro.
Don't be mad at him, man. He's the best rapper in the game, and you know it. Oh my God, I'm up again. Lord have mercy. All right.
Fly through these picks now. Let's go, baby.
All right, man. So, yeah, I'm gonna take my handcuff. It's as simple as that. I think there's enough talent on the wide receiver board that I can wait. Of course, saying that, I'm sure Dan will take every single guy that I want. Both Dans, really. Both Dans are just screwing me tonight. So, I'm gonna go with AJ Dillon to back up Aaron Jones.
Solid.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
Solid pick.
So Sony was gonna be my pick this round, just to be able to shore up the backfield and not have a worry about it. But now it's come to the point where I'm gonna reach for a tight end, so I might as well get the one or at least one of the ones that I feel okay with at this stage of the draft. I'm gonna go with Everett.
He's gonna do it. No.
And I mean,
Moose.
Russell Wilson likes targeting
Oh,
the tight
I love
ends.
that
I
pick.
think they're gonna let him cook, and if they do, then he's gonna be the number 3 option in the pass game, which is fine because when Russell's hot, like he goes nuclear, and that could last for half a season. It could last for an MVP campaign. Who knows? But if it goes, then Everett's gonna be a big part of that.
I like it.
Love it.
Yeah. Don't.
Yep, he's been in all our sleeper and breakout videos.
Love Everett. Damn. See, if I wasn't gonna pick Fant, that's who I was gonna go for. So I'm happy I didn't wait because I would have waited longer. I wouldn't have picked him. So the strategy worked out. Believe in the process. Believe in your draft
Believe
process.
in the process. Yeah, you probably would have waited until like 13, right?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have picked him in 11.
Yeah.
I would have kept stockpiling talent.
Some people got backups already though. I didn't feel comfortable
Nah, you're
like
right.
letting it go a little more, and especially even Saint here, like he has Gesicki, so he might want to play a little, might do a little parlay here and get another tight end he likes just to see, go by the matchups every week, or he can have the option of just getting more running backs. I think Carter's his 3rd running back right now, so he might want to shore up that position. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, well, he's got plenty of time to decide. See, the thing about having this last pick or even the first pick on the way back is, like, you don't want to pick your guy right away that you know you want. Just take the 4 minutes and think about the next guy you want. I mean, that's kind of what I've always tried to remember what to do. Sometimes I just get happy feet, and at that turn, I'm like, yes, the guy made it back to me. Picked him. And then I'm like, shit, now I only have 2 minutes. Devin Singletary is a fantastic pick. I do think he needed some help at running back. So Singletary could definitely see that work.
Yeah.
With Zach Moss
I was
gone
gonna pick
anyways.
him.
Yeah, I probably would have taken him if I didn't take AJ Dillon as my handcuff, but I think he definitely has. I think he has the job there. I think that's fair to say. All right, now on his way back, the Dans, man. The Dans. Dan squared at the end here. Are you guys like? Can we just talk about? We're watching football on Thursday, fellas.
Oh my god. Yeah, we could do a little breakdown.
Big if true.
These little last 4 rounds. What do you think?
Are you guys doing any DFS for Thursday alone?
No.
I am.
Not yet. I haven't looked at it yet.
Curtis Samuel off the board. Yet.
I do have a DFS lineup put together for Sunday, and Ryan Tannehill's my quarterback. I'll tell you that.
Ryan Tannehill, yeah. He's probably pretty cheap, huh?
Cheap. I think it was like $6,400. Yeah.
Against like a horrible defense too.
Yeah.
I'm game for that. I'm about that life.
You know Julio's gonna have a huge game.
You think? Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit skeptical about Julio, but I think we just have to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think he's obviously got the talent. I think he'll stay on the field. Like, he rarely misses games. But, all right, Dano, you got a minute and 15 left. Talk us. Oh, okay.
It's James White.
James White.
I just feel like out of the running backs to the left, he's the only one that I see that has at least a sure role. Damian Harris isn't much of a pass catcher, and there's always going to be the chance where if New England is trailing badly, that he racks up 6 or 7 catches, and that could slide right into one of those multiple flex spots. So, I'm not mad at it at this stage.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fantastic pick. I don't mind that at all. All right, so I'm looking at my team. I don't think it's worth it to grab a backup tight end at this point. I've always streamed tight ends anyways. That's how I got Logan Thomas last year. So I'm looking at wide receivers now. And for this next pick, the upside, we've seen the upside of this cat. And I think everyone's a little bit low on him because of his political stance. And I don't blame people for that. But he's the only guy on the board left that got over 200 fantasy points last year in most leagues. I know Nelson Aguilar is fairly close to that, but I'm gonna go with my third stack, and I'm gonna take Cole Beasley in the 12th. I think it's absolutely insane that he's dropped this low.
He's such a PPR machine, bro. Such a PPR machine. Like
politics aside, dude, he's an upgraded Jamison Crowder. Like I don't understand. I mean, I do understand it because people just don't want to have to deal with him possibly missing games because he's unvaccinated. But I think he's just one of the only guys that's really outspoken about it. I think a lot of these guys are unvaccinated, to be honest with you, or a hefty percentage, I'll say so. And then Michelangelo goes Austin Hooper. I don't hate that pick with him having Gronk there. And then Tony's back on the board. I didn't even realize Tony went with the Rams the last round.
Yeah, second defense off the board.
I think it was an auto pick.
Oh, was it again? TK, I'm sorry, man. Probably got dad duty.
That's the excuse I would use.
That's horrible. Yeah, I'd use Mike as an excuse.
It's a fact, though. If you say you don't, you're lying. You're 100% lying.
That's fair. I mean, he's got the little green bubble. So we'll see.
He does have the green bubble.
Like, Kev, you used that as an excuse before.
I'm looking for that bubble.
Kids ain't feeling
What's
well.
up?
Kids ain't feeling well. We can't make it. You've never done that before?
Yeah, probably. More likely than not.
Dan's probably done it.
All right, so TK goes Devonte Parker. I actually love that pick because now he's got Fuller and Parker. Parker's also far down the board for where I think he should be. I think he has a little more opportunity down there than people seem to. I think people just don't really believe in Tua, to be honest with you.
It's more of a Tua thing. I mean, because between Fuller, Parker, and Waddle, like there's talent in the receiving corps, but I do think that Parker has the ability, or he's shown the ability before, to be an alpha. And to me, he knows the system the best out of those three, obviously, just for being there. But yeah, it's just more on Tua.
That's fair.
I mean, and then also, like, I mean, we're talking about like political stances and et cetera, or just in terms of bringing bad camaraderie to the team. What would you think? I don't know how it would play out if Watson made it over there. Is that a steal at this point to have a Parker? If Watson made it over and he's able to play.
Oh,
I think any Miami player is a steal if that happens in that offense.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. It's also egregious if he gets to play. Like, I know I'm no legal expert, but it's kind of crazy that he's even on a field practicing with the allegations that have been sowed. Like, it's just kind of crazy. I know a lot of it is it's just the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing we've ever seen happen in the NFL, but we know they screw things up constantly. So for him to have 22 allegations of sexual assault still be on a practice field is it's kind of crazy, no? Like,
Yeah.
but is it not also because the NFL is like the dumbest organization when it comes to things like this?
I mean,
I think they're definitely afraid to take a definitive stance.
it's a star. He's a
But
face of
at the
league.
same time, like this is something it's egregious. Like there's a
Yeah.
overwhelming support of evidence against them and things of that nature. Like there's specifics, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
make them on the exemption list or whatever. Have the process play out. I mean, on the field talent, he is clearly a arguably top 5 quarterback on the field.
Without
But
a doubt.
I'd say you could argue top 3.
yeah, he definitely has to tackle that hurdle. And then, so long-term prospects, no, I do like it for Miami if he was able to get past that, do what he has to do, and then is able to affect them positively on the field.
Yeah.
You want to recap the picks we had since then? Because we had a couple.
Yeah.
Guys
So
know who they want at this point.
yeah. So after TK went, Devonte Parker, Giorgio took Ruggs, Kevin Drew took Ty Johnson. We'll talk about that in a second. Bob Pitt took J.D. McKissick, and Uncle Alex is on the board with just under a minute left. Kev, Ty Johnson, you seem to like his opportunity there in New York, huh?
At least to start the year, man. I think he's better than Tevin Coleman.
Yeah.
I think Coleman's he's on his last leg. He's 28 years old. He's been banged up. This kid, Ty Johnson, last year when he had a chance, looked really explosive. He's looked explosive in the preseason. Carter doesn't seem like he's going to get his chance right out of the gate. So, I mean, at this point where we're just kind of throwing darts, especially at running back, dude, it's ugly now. It's like a couple handcuffs left, and that's about it. Why not take a guy who could get the most touches in their backfield, you know?
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Uncle Alex, for a 15-year-old, you're absolutely ripping up this draft, especially when it comes to wide receivers. He just took Bryan Edwards, who has been jumping up in ADP, and he probably isn't anywhere near anybody's list right now. I'm not even looking at the list currently since my pick, but Bryan Edwards just keeps climbing up the board, dude. They seem to really like him, and I don't know if it's going to devalue Waller at all. I doubt it, but he seems to be, clawing his way up. Rhino takes Nelson Aguilar. You just like his upside, Rhino?
Love his big play potential, man.
Yeah.
I think they've been kind of hiding him in the offseason.
Yep.
Jacoby Myers has looked great. He is great. Like, we know that. I'm sorry. He's good. We know he's good. You know he can ball.
Yeah.
But Nelson Aguilar was no slouch last year.
Nope.
He's going
He had like
to,
186 points, dude.
he's going to arguably a better coach. Obviously a better coach. Offensive coordinator is probably better too. I just think they're going to be able to utilize him more. Now, will he be able to step up to the plate and do it? I don't know. I think that's why he's going so late. But he is the number one receiver on the team. They signed him to a contract. He's not going to come in secondhand to Jacoby Myers. That's not happening. Nelson Aguilar is the number one receiver in New England. And he's going to be asked to step up to the plate and take that role. And I hope he capitalizes on it as a fan and as an owner of him in this league. I've been adding him more and more. Thinking about it, I think just Jacoby Myers is just
man,
super.
Who knows where he lands? Who knows? It's an investment in the player.
Yeah, honestly,
the
he
broken
goes
down
to
player.
Baltimore or anything, bro. Like, they cut Bell. Like, who says they can't just cut Bell and bring in Murray? Like, it could happen.
True.
Not a bad play.
Sean's got trust in him.
I mean, it's the 12th pick. Like, at this
That's
point,
true.
you're not gonna see a lineup anyway. Probably gonna drop him more than likely, unless it's your handcuff. It's just you're gonna drop him anyway. So, yeah.
All right.
How do you guys feel about
So-
Nelson Aguilar? I'm really curious. He's like a guy no one really talks about, and I'm not really sure why. The more I think about it.
Yeah, I don't even know honestly like what they're gonna do with Kendrick Bourne either. Like I don't think he's been taken in drafts like at all. But it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with him too, because he's probably better than Jacoby Myers too, to be honest with you. But
Well,
yeah,
based
Nelson
on
Aguilar.
stats, Jacoby was the best receiver on New England last year, and I think he was 12th overall in some type of rating by Fantasy Football.
Pro Football Focus.
Pro Football, yeah,
or...
that's it. PFF. I mean that's cracked, but at the same time they did go out and spend a shit ton of money on receivers and tight ends, so they can't have you know what I mean. Like I just think people are sleeping on these guys for no reason, just because of hype. The Jacoby Myers hype came. A little follow through from last year. I just don't think he's. I think we got to come to the realization who he is. Maybe we're wrong, but why would they go sign, especially like Bill Belichick? Why would they Kraft? Like, why would they go out and spend all this money on receivers and tight ends? You know, like if they were sold on Jacoby Myers, they probably wouldn't have signed Kendrick Bourne.
What did they? You know, it was like, $200+ million, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. So I don't know. I think we're sleeping on Aguilar. I don't know if anybody else.
That's fair.
But I think for round 12, my 7th receiver. You know, like it's crazy to me. You know, he pops off.
Yeah.
He's a wide receiver 3, bro. Number 1 receiver in an offense that throws the ball again.
Like if you think about it too, like
knows?
who's Mac Jones gonna be looking?
That's what I mean. Like we don't know. We don't know anything. We were so focused on Cam Newton and Mac Jones. And
yeah, we really don't know anything.
We don't know anything, bro. I think Bill did a perfect job at hiding that from everybody. So
Cam would just pepper Jacoby Myers with targets.
Yep.
So we have no idea what to actually expect here.
It's crazy, and I love it.
All right, Rhino, you're up on the board. Lev Bell goes off as Sean takes him. Yeah, he's got some upside there too. You just really never know how they're gonna use him.
Yeah, it's Gus Edwards, too.
Right.
Like,
What are you
like
that to me for?
I'll take this rookie boom. That's gonna be coming
How are you
to the
gonna
front
do that
stage
to me,
for
man?
you.
He was supposed to be my insurance policy.
This is the last draft I have with all you guys, so I can kind of talk about this guy now. I got sniped from him in a lot of drafts. I've been high on this dude. This guy's great. He's got Heath Miller written all over him, but way better. They comparing him to Gronk. I don't know. Big Ben loves that target, bro. Loves a big body. Feed him. He's gonna get fed in the red zone. Absolutely fed. Yeah, it's just crazy.
That was gonna be my insurance policy, DeJohnu Smith. I was gonna pick him and hope he just instantly becomes.
Kev, you think he's
like a?
You gotta agree though, real quick. Like he's got top 10 upside, and that's huge in fantasy.
I think probably more in dynasty, but definitely.
Oh, this redraft.
Right now. I think Ebron probably a free agent after the year,
bro.
right?
He's poop, bro. He can't hold on to a ball. He's not that good. They've been.
Yeah, he's still on the roster though.
Yeah, of course. They can't cut him. They gave him a shit ton of money. But
yeah, I mean, he caught 2 touchdowns in the preseason.
Yeah, man, looks good. I think
showed what he can do.
Yep. Especially
I think
we both waited on tight ends. That's why we're both interested in him. Cause
he's been on our sleeper list.
Yep. He has
all right, what do we got here?
13th round. Still no quarterback, Mike.
All right. So I was actually going to pick. That was going to be my pick right there. I wanted the insurance policy to turn in. But I'll go over to wide receiver. I'm looking at a guy who should be back by like week 4, and he was that dude in college. I can slot him right into my IR. I'm going to do it.
Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman.
If you don't
That's
know,
how we pronounce that.
He's French.
He's French, apparently.
He's French.
He's French, dude.
I don't hate that pick. I mean, honestly, your wide receivers are solid. So, you can wait. You can wait on him a little bit.
I'm just gonna put him in my IR. I'll be able to pick up somebody else anyway. And then when he comes back, he can show why he was one of the highest rated receivers in the class. They need that. They need that type of guy there. I mean, it's not going to be Sammy Watkins. Hollywood is not a number 1. He's a big play guy. He's not that guy that's going to have 7-8 catches a game. This is what they needed for
Yeah.
Lamar, and I'm looking at when he comes back, maybe week 5.
Week 6, right? Because he's on IR.
Yeah, he's got to miss. Won't be eligible to return any sooner than week 4.
Oh, it's short term. That's right.
Short term, yeah. He's not on the pup.
Still
All right.
some receivers there that. Oh, is this guy auto drafting again?
Yeah,
auto.
Mike's back in the cruiser, so he's
All right.
unable to.
Should I give him a third quarterback, man? That's looking good, right?
No,
Trevor Lawrence.
Don't do
Nah,
that
he's-
because Rhino needs a QB.
He's getting no. That's his
Could
guy.
you
He's gonna get the
imagine?
Ravens defense. Imagine I just manually sniped Rye again from the quarterback he thought he was guaranteed to get. Nah, this guy's, man. The guy's left on the list.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting down to that nitty gritty where like you kind of just take chances on guys. There's no solidified wide receivers, running backs, unless of course there's Tevin Coleman, but no thanks. I am done touching running backs in this draft, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, we're getting down to it.
Oh, I
Gabriel
love that
Davis.
pick. I love
I was gonna go
that pick.
I was gonna go with the quadruple stack and grab him just in case Cole Beasley decides to go off and get COVID. Fantastic pick, Tony, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I
Great.
think Gabe ends up leapfrogging Emmanuel Sanders in that offense.
Yeah,
And
I
he
don't
becomes the
necessarily
two.
disagree.
I was just
although
gonna
they
say we
seem
forgot
to-
about Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, they seem to really. I probably won't touch him. I just love Gabriel Davis's. It's the same thing as Nelson Aguilar. Like, obviously, he doesn't have the stats to boot, but Gabriel Davis does have that speed and that big play upside. So, yeah, that's a quality pick, to say the least. Yeah, we're looking at Michelangelo. This is the longest you've taken on a pick, buddy. Was that your guy? That was definitely his guy. He's been the quickest drafter I think I've ever drafted with, ever, in a 12-team league. Anyhow.
What are we looking at here, boys?
I don't know. Do you think
Almost
do you guys-
done. This is a marathon, dude.
Can I just say too? I just want to say Bob Pitt taking Dak Prescott after Rodgers, Hurts, and Herbert, and even Wilson is crazy.
Yeah, and he gets a Prescott Lamb stack.
Yeah, that's. I saw Michelangelo's green bubble disappear. Don't take my guy.
Oh
Michelangelo on
man, he's
auto pick.
out.
Piece of trash.
Who's he got queued up? He's
He's
up? you
definitely
think?
got dudes queued up. That's a fact. Time's up. Trevor Lawrence. All right, you know what? I actually don't hate that for an auto pick. I don't hate that at all. My next
he
pick,
didn't have anybody queued up. That was his best available.
was it the best available?
Yeah, that was top of the ADP.
Sure was.
Sheesh.
It happened again.
No,
Sure
it
was.
didn't. That wasn't
he's
your
hot.
guy. That was
He's
not
hot
your
over
guy.
there.
Shut up. That's ridiculous. All right, you guys are absolutely ridiculous. All right, with my next pick, I'm gonna go the best wide receiver on the board, and the guy that I think, another rookie wide receiver that I think is just downright filthy, and I think this offense is gonna be a lot better than we think it is, and they have the best running back in the league to boot. That'll open up that offense. I'm going to take Terrace Marshall. This is the second time I've drafted him, and this is the earliest I've drafted him. So I'm glad to see him climb up the board a little bit.
Yeah, I like
Dan,
him. I'm just
you're
He was part of the queue. I had a couple people in mind here, but I made the pick official. I just was gonna put him there. I went with Gainwell. I don't trust Miles Sanders to stay healthy, or I don't even trust the coaching staff to give him the full-time job. At least not all 3 downs. So, Gainwell has an opportunity there. He's shown catching chops in the preseason, so I'm confident with him. He's my RB6. If he makes something of himself, that's good. I could stash him on the bench until he gets an opportunity.
And he will, even with Boston Scott there. And I don't think they hate Scott either. That's part of the issue I've had in the past drafting him. But God, they used him in preseason and in camp just like literally all over the place, man. Like out wide in the slot, catching passes out of the backfield. Like, I love Kenneth Gainwell's opportunity this year. And I hate Miles Sanders, so it kind of just all works out. All right. Well, still got some quality players on the board here. And Dano's team looks pretty freaking good. Wide receiver depth is there. Rhino, I want to take your QB so bad, dude, but I won't do it.
I see somebody that I want to take really bad too. That will elicit a reaction.
At QB?
Nah.
Nah.
You guys can do what you gotta do, man. I will adapt to the situation.
I will adapt. Adapt, overcome. Just looking, man. Surveying the board and
You're surveying. Out here surveying the land.
surveying.
I got tons of ideas, bro. You do whatever you gotta do. Pick whatever you
Yeah,
want.
nah. It's okay.
You know what I love about the way Rhino goes through fantasy and the way he drafts and the way he is up until last week is that he just knows he's good. Like, he just knows he's good. He never questions his team, even when everyone else does. You're just so overconfident, and I mean overconfident like the best way. Like, you just know you're gonna figure it out. So that you know, Rhino, that's what I appreciate about you.
That's why you gotta take my guy.
What, your QB?
No, yeah.
Dan's getting on the defense train. I like that.
I just figured by the time it comes back to me, end of the 15th round, I wouldn't have as much pickings there. So why not get a solid unit that I trust in? So.
Might as well, man. Might as well.
All right. I know this, I have to go back to wide receiver, and this guy's, I mean, he's just too far down the board for me. With this team, I think he's going to be the number 1 target holder for this team. As terrible as their QB may be, I do think they're going to have to throw the ball this year. I'm going to go with Sterling Shepard. I had Darius Slayton for a short time last year, and I didn't even hate it. I didn't hate it. So,
Nah, that's a steal this late, man.
I
was
so,
gonna
too.
pick him. That was gonna be my pick.
Sorry
I just
about it.
really hate the Giants and the Lions of trying to stay away from anybody on those teams. But this late, man, 14th round.
Yeah, for a
for-
target whore, like he is. Like, that's Daniel Jones' guy. It has been since he came into the league, pretty much. So.
I didn't even notice Bert took Tua. Thank God.
Yeah. Yep. So Bert took Tua. Didn't he do that?
A while
Yeah, he
ago.
did it last round.
Yeah, I
Yep.
didn't notice
So.
that.
All right. Well, the Steelers comes off the board. TK is back with 14-5. We're almost done here, folks. It's been just under 2 hours, and it's definitely been a long draft. That's probably due to us explaining every single pick that we do. I promise. When we do it in person someday, we should definitely do this draft in person next year, the Legacy League, and just TikTok live it the entire time. AJ Green finally comes off the board. Tony's taking some late round flyers. I don't think I'd consider Parker and Davis flyers, but Green certainly is, and they certainly seem to like him there. So I don't hate that pick at all. Mike Giorgio is back on the board. Kev, I believe he is still auto picking. So if you'd like, I'd give him the next.
Yeah, what do we got here?
best guy on the board that's not a QB. You cannot give him another
That's
QB.
gonna be.
He already has
Let
a
me
defense.
scroll. I'm scrolling for a while. Oh, never mind.
It's is it Alexander Madison?
It's gonna be.
I think it's Alexander Madison.
Madison.
It's Evan Engram, but he already has 2 tight ends too. Yeah, so is Madison.
Yeah, I just give him Madison.
Boom.
So he actually texted me too, and he said got to come on quick for the 10th round pick, and I was. He goes, I was in the cruiser and I thought Goddard was still on the board, and I accidentally took Henry. Either way, Henry he'll see some targets, so I'm not too worried about it.
All right, I'm gonna pick this fella. Not throwing yet, but nah. You know what? I'm gonna go with the other one. I got faith that Matt Nagy's gonna do the right thing eventually.
Do you?
I do. I think he
he's
will.
gonna be forced to, or else they're gonna burn
I
that
think
fucking field.
literally, yeah. Soldier Field might not exist by like week 5 if they just keep riding with Andy Dalton.
Matt Nagy
So-
will lose his job. Week 4, he gets.
It was between him and Lance. I wanted one of them. Just in case Tannehill stinks or something. And these guys, they certainly have the potential and the draft capital to come in and be your team's quarterback in fantasy.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. 49ers comes off the board after that, then Devonte Booker. I gotta give it out to Uncle Alex here. I don't know why you call yourself that as a 15-year-old. Maybe you are an uncle, but you're having a hell of a draft. I don't know about Devonte Booker, but he took Gio Bernard before that, and I think he's had a fantastic draft for like a kid. Like, I know you guys have been doing this for a very long time. I think I started playing fantasy when I was like, I didn't even take it seriously until I was probably about 22 or 21. Before that, I was just a football fan. So, got to give it out to him. Start him young. Kid's going to be raking in the dough in college when those idiots are just spending daddy's money, not knowing what
What if
they're
he's
doing.
just lying to us, bro? What if he's like a grown-ass man
That would
who's
be
just like out to take our fucking money, bro? He's like some fantasy
oh my
analyst,
God,
bro.
he's like you
This
are
is-
college kids.
He's like the chicken
He's
man from
actually
Toy Story, bro.
he's actually Matthew Berry.
And when we're a
Just
huge platform someday, we can make a
Right, he's
documentary
just-
on how we got swayed by an old man.
Infiltrating leagues, coming in here, swindling us all for the
Yeah, I'm
case of
15, man.
fucking chair tube beer.
No, it'd work out perfectly too, because he was like, "What time is the draft?" And I was like, "It's at 8:30 or I think it was at 7:30 at the time." And he was like, "Oh, great, because I have school. Haha, I'm in high school."
He's actually in our YouTube chat right now. He said, "I'm actually an uncle." He's actually.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
congrats to you, Alex. You're acting like it right
I-
now. I think you're our
Matthew
uncle
Berry's-
right now, Alex.
Matthew Berry is probably an
He's
uncle
gonna be
too.
16 in October.
It's low-key Matthew Berry or Field Yates.
Adam
Or
Schefter probably has a niece
just,
or nephew.
just trying to win free T-shirts is all. All right, so Rhino goes Jalen Rager. Love that
I
pick.
love
Sammy
it.
Watkins off the board next.
It's good. I love
Tim
I don't.
Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Burt's just fucking around now, dude. I love it.
No, that was an auto pick. What? He doesn't have the green bubble.
Was it?
No.
Nah, dude. There's no way Tim Tebow could have been an auto pick unless he queued him up.
All right, so Tim Tebow comes off the board after Amon-Ra St.
Love to
Brown.
see it.
And Sean is back. What is Sean doing right now? Like, how do you think he's talking to the strippers about who he's about to pick? Who do you think I should go here? Kenny
Oh.
Galladay or Mike Williams? Love it.
Oh God.
Will I take my quarterback this next pick, or am I gonna wait till the last round?
I don't know what you're gonna do, Rhino.
I think I'm gonna wait till the last
Strippers
round.
give the best
bro.
fantasy advice, man. I don't think I've ever seen that happen, but you got lucky where, like, in a lot of leagues, for some reason, people take 2 tight ends, and quarterbacks, and that just didn't happen
Wow.
here, where you still have decent names available.
Trey Lance off the board. That will be Sean's backup QB, the notorious SKG, and Rhino's back on the
Do
board.
we have to draft the defense?
Not on Sleeper, I'm pretty sure you don't. You can do
I
the
don't think
old
you- I don't think
drop-a-roo.
You have to. I think for the sake of the draft, I'd say do, but I guess you don't have to.
Damn, I want to wait to the last round, but I don't trust anybody.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I'm gonna pick Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's exactly who I was gonna pick with my next pick.
All right, so I waited to round 15 to draft my quarterback.
Honestly, the only reason I didn't take your QB is because I would have just been doing it out of spite because you've been talking so much shit.
Wow. Tell me how you really feel, Moose.
I just
wow,
did.
the look
because-
at
because
the stare at the camera, bro.
But
You fucking
I
stared
didn't
through
even
your
mean
soul.
to. No, I was muting myself because I burped.
Oh,
No. So honestly, I knew you love Burrow, and like I don't like playing that way, man. Like knowing you like a guy. Fuck. Goddamn Bob Pitt's a piece
that's
of shit.
unfortunate.
He's a
Oh,
Pats
that's-
fan, bro. Of course you gotta take Mac Jones.
Yeah. I thought
You
people
piece
would.
of
No, I was
shit.
gonna go.
Just
I
kidding,
wasn't
Bob,
gonna
you're a
pick
good
Burrow. I
guy.
was gonna go Mac Jones. That's why I asked if I could do no defense, but since we have to pick a defense, I'm just gonna go with that. I was gonna go double quarterback, but instead I'll just pick Burrow. But
Yeah, whatever, man. Great pick, Bob. You're not a POS. I'm sorry I said that. Thanks for joining the league.
right, what a dick.
I'm so sorry.
I feel like we're all friends now, though, and all my friends know I call them that all the time. Kev, you're also a piece of trash.
You're a
that
fucking
defense.
piece of shit.
That's all right.
Hey,
well, now you're just.
I haven't gotten him
Hey, we
yet.
have a 15-year-old watching the show. Take it easy with the
He's an
cussing.
uncle.
He's an uncle.
He's a goddamn.
He's not
uncle.
a normal 15-year-old, man. He's an uncle.
Oh,
Listen,
man.
that is Adam Schefter in disguise if I've ever seen one.
Yo, I mean, dude,
He's
no
an industry
joke.
plant.
He's
he
been
is an
listening to
industry
some
plant
shit, dude.
for
With
sure.
that Brian Edwards round 12 pick.
Yeah,
and
that was
Gio
clean,
Bernard
dude.
the 13th. Yeah, you've been listening. You've been doing your
what do we
research, Uncle
do
Alex.
here,
Well done,
man?
buddy. Honestly, it's
So I
all
gotta
jokes. It's all
sift
fun.
through. I gotta sift through the garbage again for Tevin Coleman. Here you go.
Devin Coleman. That's not a bad
I
pick.
had to force feed.
In the
Nah,
15th
not really.
round. I think
Honestly,
he's gonna start.
It's like not even the worst auto draft team I've ever seen.
Kevin, can we just take a
Like
second to look at how you have 3 New York Jets on your roster?
Settle down.
My God.
Hey, they're on the come up.
Did you plan that? Is that
I'm like
never mind.
fourth. They'll be fourth in the division and still be fourth in the division, but maybe they'll win a couple more games.
Lit.
Hey Dan,
Sure. What up?
what are you scheming over there, dude?
Listen.
You've been a little too quiet for my liking. I don't like it very much.
I just have.
Was that an
people
audible
to-
yawn?
I don't know.
Over here, they had.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm ready for bed, my dude. My eyeballs are starting to do funny things.
10:40. This is the longest draft ever. Yeah, Dan, what are you scheming, dude?
I was to tell you, you'd probably do it too.
No, I'm gonna do it. I already know what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna do it, Dan. I'm gonna do it right in your face.
That would be unpleasant. But I wish you the best of luck in guessing.
I had a really good idea of something to do too that would have been funny. Hoping to do it last round, man. Really
I really
hoping
hope-
to do it last round.
Really hope we get to find out what this funny thing is you're gonna do.
No,
TK ain't here, man. TK's gone.
You
What do I
better
do?
not
TK's gone.
snipe, bro.
TK's gonna get Boston Scott.
He needs another defense,
It's
clearly.
actually not like a horrible.
Oh wait, does he have a defense?
He's
Tight
got a
end,
defense.
he's
got
got
the
everybody.
Rams, yeah, so he doesn't need a defense.
Boom, you're gonna get Boston Scott.
Michael
Oh, yeah,
Angelo
he
on
only
the
had
board.
3 running backs, so yeah, that's a good pick for him.
Oh, he threw.
Yeah, it's not like a horrible pick. He might see some time. All right, Paris Campbell off the board. That's a great pick. Dan, I doubt this is what you were gonna do. But I just think this guy's upside is massive. So for my backup QB, I'm gonna take Jameis Winston.
Ooh.
I know he doesn't necessarily have the targets there, but the dude won me leagues a couple years ago. So
He got his
no,
eyeballs fixed.
That's
though.
fair. And I was gonna poke at Ryan a little bit more because of the fact that I felt like everyone else has, and I haven't really bothered him today. So I'm gonna take a guy that I know he loves, and that's gonna be Peoples Jones.
No!
That's what I was gonna do. Oh, you did it. Love to see it.
Did
I
Rhino
know
leave?
David the
Did Rhino
16th said
leave?
that. He's left the chat. I'm sure.
Keep going. His soul just left his
let's
body.
get some insight. Why are you picking Donovan Peoples Jones?
Because you like him and I trust you. That's all. Like back to you, Cotton. Look, that's what I got for you.
That's it. Bold move. Let's see if it pays off for you. That was literally gonna be my move, man. I was staring at him last round, and I was like, oh, I have to do this.
Dude,
Love it.
I woke up yesterday and started watching Good Morning Football almost immediately, and they were talking about Donovan Peoples Jones.
Let's go.
I nearly shat in my bed. I couldn't.
He's the
could
guy,
not
bro.
believe
You're
it.
all gonna be like, yo, how'd you know he was gonna be good?
I was like, oh my god, he's
that's the guy this
lying.
year. I'm telling you.
Just
Damn.
absolutely.
Man, dude. Well, I guess I'll pick a defense now.
All right, Bills defense
Packers,
off the board.
no.
Packers, fantastic pick. I mean, just
Oh.
absolutely fantastic pick. Dano's had a draft. Dano knows what he's doing. He's no slouch.
Right.
That hurt me.
Oh my god.
That hurt me
stop with
bad.
the pouty face.
I got stabbed in the heart a couple times tonight.
Yeah. Ripped his soul right out of his body.
You did, really. I mean, people were just attacking you. You got to stop talking about your absolutes so much, buddy.
No,
Nope, never.
it's all good, man.
Watch Dan like DPJ becomes his like third wide receiver
Oh,
and
he's
he
going
takes
to.
over the league. You think DPJ over Callaway and Mooney and Claypool?
I mean, would I draft? I mean, I did. In League of Record, I drafted him before a couple of those guys.
You did. You didn't draft him before Marquez Callaway. I'll tell you that.
No,
right
I
now,
didn't.
but- No, you took a skip.
I
You
could have
took
did
a
that
skip
draft a
for that,
little
man.
better, but it's fine. My first one of the
Dan.
year, really. So.
Dan, what's going on here, bud?
I'm just debating on what would I prefer more, a backup quarterback on the off chance that Lamar probably has a higher chance of getting hurt than your average quarterback, or a backup tight end because I really got a streamable player at that position right now. So
I'm gonna be honest. You can stream any of those guys. OJ Howard, Ferkser, Jarwin. There you go.
yeah, because Jarwin was gonna be the guy
Yeah,
if I was to pick one. I mean he tore his ACL week 1, but he has the most potential, I think, with
He does.
the best offense right there.
I would agree.
So I'm gonna
Oh, wait
I'll
until
take-
the last second.
and that wasn't me. I'll
Oh,
tell you that.
Do you want to go back? It's the last round. You can let him go back. I'm not mad at that.
Oh, Komet. I'm not mad at Komet. I'll keep him. I'll keep him there. That's fine.
You're a man of integrity, Dan.
Yeah.
Who did you want? You wanted Jarwin?
Oh no! If I was gonna pick, it was actually gonna be Kirk.
Don't say it because you can get him in waiver.
Cousins.
Maybe
But I
no
will.
Yeah,
waiver
it's
there
funny
'cause they
'cause,
yelled so loud.
By default, you actually ended up picking the guy that I was going to pick. So, congrats.
Just sniping everybody. All right, well, I'm going to take my defense. I'm going to take the
Yeah.
Indianapolis Colts.
Nice pick.
It looks like I'm gonna rock in with just Jonnu Smith and hope for the best.
Yeah, big fact. I normally don't take backup tight ends. I normally don't take a backup QBs either, but Jameis Winston, I mean, he just hucks the ball, so. And he looks pretty good in preseason with Callaway, man. I'm not gonna lie, like he's with that LASIK surgery, he's hucking. Give him next available. Kev, let's get this show on the road.
It's almost
Yeah,
11
he's gonna
o'clock.
get.
Whose idea was
Uh,
it to start this draft at 8:30?
I would give him Emmanuel
He's-
Sanders because he doesn't
I
need
mean,
any of
he's
those other
getting
quarterbacks.
T.Y. Hilton.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's hurt.
He's
He's hurt.
Gave him damage goods.
Oh man! All right,
damage
That's
Mike.
what happens, man. That's what happens. All right,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Last round is fucking boom.
Wow.
Damn.
You He got sniped again.
I literally have his name open.
I
on my
wish I
phone,
picked a
bro.
defense earlier, honestly, at this point. His last 2 picks got snagged. You know what? That's just because people trust you so much. Christian Kirk in the last round is insane. Fantastic draft, Bob. Honestly.
Even J.D. McKissick, I actually love
Yeah,
that pick at
like-
12.5.
He took a chance on Chanot. He could be a target hog like Marquise Brown. He was ballsy enough to take Marquise Brown in the 9th round. I mean, Bob's a man that knows what he wants. What can you say? Nico Collins. All right, fantastic pick.
There
Love
we
that.
go. The other late round sleeper.
And Sean, with his last pick and his last lap dance, takes... I don't know who. Overall, I'm happy with this draft. I'm not happy with Cooper Kupp, but we'll see. Maybe he'll work out.
Who do you think won the draft?
This pick could determine it. It's not over. I don't know. I think he's got cinnamon in his ear telling him who to pick, and it's gonna be a steal.
Cinnamon Mercedes.
Sparkles or someone.
Sparkles.
Honestly, just looking off the cuff, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna say me because I'm a self-righteous bastard, but I love Kev's team. Jonnu Smith and Tannehill and 9 and 11, like, pretty freaking good, man.
Yeah, man. I know.
My team's better.
I will say,
Ryan's got a good team.
Yeah, Rhino, I don't
Everybody's
hate your
got a
team
good
either.
team.
Rhino, yeah, he's got a good team. He did very well for himself, picking a 15th round quarterback and still making out solid. I was gonna say for Uncle Alex's team, he did something that I normally don't do, and if I pick a quarterback early, I'm not gonna pick a tight end early. But
Yeah.
4 and 5, he went Murray and Andrews, and then his skill position didn't suffer as much as I thought it would. Like, I mean, his wide receiver 4 and 5, he still got guys like Gallup.
I don't.
and
Yeah, he
Like-
ain't here.
Oh, notorious. Well, you know,
You don't have a defense though, so it's gonna auto pick him on.
Finish what you were saying, Dan. That was a good point.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, he still has good potential with his skill spots, even though he sacrificed some early to early mid round picks with Murray and Andrews. So I'm not mad at his team. Even Damian Harris
No.
as a RB2 with those positional advantages is
Yep.
going to be solid.
Yeah, huge upside in the flex positions. I'd have to agree with that.
I mean, even Devontae
like-
Booker around 14, bro. Like that could be a huge guy to have. He's like potential #1 waiver claim one of these weeks because you know Barkley's gonna get banged up. Like he's gonna get banged up. 100%.
That's true too. Dan Saint's team is filthy.
Yeah, I like Dan Saint's team.
Yeah.
I think
Dano was not kidding. He loves that sneaky 12 pick. He said it. He loves that. He loves that sneaky 12 pick, and it worked out for him. I mean, his sixth
look
best
at this.
receiver is Curtis Samuel.
so. I get to start the year against industry plant Uncle Alex, aka Adam Schefter.
Oh, we're looking at
Love that.
matchups, huh?
I can pull that up real quick on the screen.
All right, do you guys want me to pull up the Fantasy Pros draft grades?
Oh yeah.
Grades?
Oh yeah, fuck it, do it.
Yeah, I got it. We got.
How long
Yeah.
does it take?
It's already up. It's already up. Give me a second.
Oh, beautiful. You already imported it?
I'm gonna click. Yeah,
Definitely
well, yeah.
one of the worst teams in the league based on projections.
You think me?
No, me.
Oh, okay.
Somehow.
I am rated in first. Let's go.
Because I have no defense. That's why.
Saint is at second. Alex is in third. We were not kidding. He looks freaking good. Rhino, you're in fourth, bud. Dano in fifth. Tony Kane in sixth. Notorious SKG in seventh. Smirks Davis.
This
you
is
got
going
eighth.
great. This is going great
You
for
got
me.
you got eighth. Bert's ninth. Restart the dynasty. I don't know who that is in tenth. I think that's Bob. Mikey is in 11th, and then Michelangelo is in 12th. So, Yeah, I'm pretty happy to read that, but it's really just because I drafted Josh Allen. With the
I didn't
with
catch
the
where I
fourth
was. Where did I land? in
you
it?
were in 5th out of 12.
Wait, where was I?
Rhino, you were in 4th.
Where was Kevin?
Kevin
8th.
is in 8th.
Wait, so where was Moose?
I'm in 1st, baby.
Were you?
Let's go.
Okay.
It says
First,
for
baby.
starters, I have the 3rd best starters, the 3rd best bench, 2nd best QB, 8th best running backs, wide receivers are 3rd, tight ends are 7th, flex is 5th, DST is 7th. So I don't know. These things, I mean, they rarely mean anything.
You
I
got
mean, this thing
Moose and
tells me,
Dan week 1, bro. You guys are facing each other.
yeah, big matchup. This thing tells
Ooh.
me like, what if you draft Tyler Lockett at 4-3 and drafted a QB later, you wouldn't be such a fucking idiot. Like, you would be 48 points higher. So none of this shit really matters.
Thank you.
But
Your bench is really good, Moose.
yeah, I think my bench is solid. Yeah, and I'm not gonna be like using Kenyon Drake and Mike Davis.
Right,
as,
your
you know,
projection's
flex.
only gonna go up. AJ Dillon's in your lineup right now. Kenyon Drake's in your lineup right now. You got Myles Gaskin and Mike Davis in your bench. Like your projection's gonna go through the roof.
Yeah, I'm fairly happy. I mean, I know
Same
I
with
have
you, Dan. You got Najee Harris in your bench right now, and Callaway.
Yeah,
And Donovan.
that's gonna be a flex play for you all year though, Dan. No.
I'm gonna offer you
Well,
up a trade right now for Donovan Peoples-Jones.
T. Higgins.
No.
Yeah, that sounds about good, T. Higgins. It's about the area I was thinking.
I love it.
Now,
That's all right,
yeah,
I'm confident.
I think when I'm looking at my lineup right now, I'm automatically gonna put in Najee for James White. Henderson and Robinson are in my flex, but I'm gonna give Robinson the vote of confidence to put him as an RB2.
It's okay, you can have him.
You know, make Jones step it up, and we'll go from actually no, and then Callaway's gonna start week 1. So
Sleeper did some weird shit,
Yeah.
putting
Yeah.
guys in the lineup that didn't belong there. Really weird.
Ooh, it's gonna be a close one. You guys we have to get some little bets going with you two. Figure something out here. A little something for the show. Figure it out. All right,
we'll figure
Little
it out.
slide wager.
Moose, close this out, bro. I think it's time.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody that joined. I know this was a long draft, but it is the final draft for us before
Not
the
me.
season starts in 2 nights. What?
I have a draft tomorrow.
Well, you know what, Rhino? We can't all join you. And honestly, it's ridiculous, and I don't want to hear it. So would you just let me close out the show thing?
Damn.
All I can think about is you getting sniped now. That's all I can think about. Join us here
Can
on
we clip
YouTube.
that, please?
We can probably clip that. Yeah, we'll clip that. Join us on YouTube, subscribe, like, share our stuff. Listen, if you guys have been here with us since last year, like the people in our Legacy League have, we really appreciate the support, and we're gonna go places with you or without you. We'd love you with you know we'd love you to be with us. So share our shit, go on TikTok, like our stuff. We make a whole ton of funny content. We're blowing up right now, so ride the wave. It's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long process, but we're in it to win it. So, boys, fantastic draft. Love all your teams, and I'm looking forward to our first official Legacy League. And really just looking forward to watch some football, man. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward to basically my favorite form of trash talk is sending various gifts in the fucking group chat. So just be ready, or when my team takes a dump on you, you will be getting some gifts in response.
Wait, Kevin already
in
made
the
a free
sleeper
agent
chat.
move. Kevin added Tony Jones. You already made a move?
Yeah, Bateman went to the IR immediately.
Damn, this
I
kid
told
quick
you.
with it, bro. He's already
He did.
making
I
moves.
told you.
He was able to do that. Yeah, he did say that. That's
Bateman was
crazy.
going right to the IR, my man.
That's
fun.
so awesome. I'm so proud of you. I also hate you.
That's
so,
it. Can't waste any time.
Yeah,
You're still
that's
a piece of shit.
fantastic. That'll be a clip too. All right, well listen, Dan, Smirks, Rhino, it was a fantastic night, man. I'm looking forward to our Sunday show. 11 a.m. is what we're aiming for right now. So 11 a.m. start sit questions. We know you're gonna have them, and we're sure you'll have questions all week long. So pop them into our chats. Ask on TikTok, ask on Twitter, ask on Facebook, wherever you follow us. Make sure you follow us elsewhere. Get your questions in, and we'll do our best to answer them. And you can always DM us individually too. Right before the games, we'll also have Dan going live on TikTok. Right before the games on Sundays, I believe.
Well, we gotta hit 1K.
So-
We gotta hit 1K first.
We got to hit 1K. So, yeah, so follow us, basically. Other than that, boys, that's all I got to say. Fantastic draft, and I am ready for football season.
Been a pleasure, boys.